vice minister tel el alyeta sils etya budget hearing lururingi Senate Committee ra Ways and Means and Financial Matters tel committee blel assign ra Senate Bill number 11-92 tel Senate Bill FY 2024 budget bill mang la uldurakli president talmira ulbiler sera first session dera July magigura na marula bebira public hearing al girel ma malmere ngasule malmnos malmega material rogwil adra a ministry raw ang mo sabedal guk rulia a budget performance report kamil direk markong gi tsikra budget raw mo sedal mo kukalt mo kalgila next fiscal year ma katangal tati al tutang no sabela president ra senate lo bangged President Senator Hocons Paules, ma Vice President ra Senate Senator Cray Mariur, kadiri kal Vice Chairman ra Ways and Means Committee. Ma floor leader ra Senate Senator Cecilil Aldabeal, Senator Umi Isangbaw, Senator TJ Merur Mangsaw, Senator Salvador Talams, Senator Andrew Tabalwal, ma Senator Taps Sumino mang tira senators tirakal members sa Ways and Means no sa pilang artelo banggit mabena do mo lek kurati mo o shokaira arul banggit malmay mbay mkura satal sel agenda argid man baskida kura summary ra budget request ra FY 2024 and then morula performance report trigel nga list agenda and then we can ask questions ra ang idil time mal mga nga karmam sulang minister of state Gustav Aitaro.
Ma'am Saule yung ditasil si Madam Chairman Chair Inabo yung Ma'am Saula Senate President Paules, Vice President Senator Mariur, Floor Leader Senator Aldabel, Senator Sangabaw, Senator Makasaw, Senator Talams, Senator Tabalwal, Senator Sungilo Kamal Masaw. So asan mo niya Madam Chair, tarte alal may makudukok omesra aureret, edekal masakte alala olbi, edekal okera kuk pebira ako kora questions edekal help rakamam kuk telureram albangari edekal kuk manat electrical directors ma adakal adamam dikim dila kalmay mabambek pa kultur ba ko sa tiro koy adomulo mangalang arbitan the person that's wearing a suit that looks more like the Minister of State, Mr. Watakine. He's our Chief Public Defender. Yes. And then next year, Director Eunice Aguiwo, the Director of Domestic Affairs. And next nga Director Bureau of Archives and Media, Miss Linda Giramakati Malaytaw. Next ang kagidele passport officer kagidele Bisayang Usluwi. Next niya Director of Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade Jeffrey Antol. And of course, di kayo bibira colleagues ng mga artiyang niya Chief Shelly Ramakasaw at Administrator Officer Maria Mertel, Chief ang kagidele S.C. Ubday, Chief Lorida Madris, Chief Wanda Malig, Chief Randy Rani. Tikagid colleagues ng Kimdila Kalmil afternoon. Please and welcome. Open if they can questions to them too. Also, kanya ko ragel giri ragel respective already mga alir. Di ba pok madali ko ay se term skarte ale Madam Chair, del Ministry of State kaya ko tagarel Ministry of Government. We have a total of 50 employees. They are included together with outside, 11 are tira overseas, 39 ang arbelaw. distributed among sa gaya del bureaus ng Alindra Ministry State. Tel ministry ade kan mal unique kangar alel. Reka madagi dim arata polomes masigi dim molkom sa foreign affairs. Tenga bay maklol rera mel anga dire kan ngara domestic. Bureau of Archives and Media la movil mera Ministry State. Teidam ya domestic affairs ul guk tegal ngara obis kamam rela time. Degal guk amul sa division of gender. Mang expand ang alamra domestic level, reduce yung time mang expand ang alamra outside. Mang bo ay sa tiya ito di karel tukol masi kamama mal makasay, maklo riyon gim albangal. Of course, budget like everybody else, and that's enough. But we make do what we have. Nganya times all the time at the mama all mo double already. Public expect the service, my results. The malmosel probable sub il direct provide. On a level article archives, we have to sacrifice 5 adril more of island for training. The area director mo ay sa benefits sa training. Other foreign affairs, hindi ka mahal din ka maksay. So, nganya, other from one division, ng sira bitang. May kalpito ko lomral ang outside del May, mandiri ka kumama help pra hostel accommodate. Of course, admission sa nga outside, mahal plakaran real, di ka tao tayo interested belaw. O si kanya sumira ka local departments, ma agencies nga rablo belaw. Makmal din utak te ale mal ngitra kaloreng ito tel process ergi de pom understand ra gel ko kontmam tel budget ra mamal gilo lekol mlaikol batamiu matel office of minister mal di tagi da budget niya basically di warbe ko minister so 58,000 one challenge niya nganya time mo require minister state to mo overseas tanganya funded fund ticket manganya diak mang mo endap pakbol ni tangyo sa tikal departments masem ngoro kara bebi na budul mem sa accommodate to amral SLY segi den ngasira wa budget ra de mo challenge tira budget ra ko operations tira bakmal men nga suli de dikal malon ni to masem tel minister state DY segi de mal lakar mamal brulangar alam mabreram gila poy adabora sumo tirak agenda kada mo sa consulate rakwam. We have only 2 employees there at the moment. The one Enna Jose ma atakle. Yugo higa. Tirigida ngarse del altaim ya already del angal albangari tel typhoon di kum lakwam. Tolong sir adada ngarse go through a FEMA process. Ma olnga spera olnga sertir gimla durok la ang yesul mortir logi consulate tel kuk kirigel basics tika dakal edir sul time edir accommodator adak sel kuk borakwam no spe ang yesu chegida already tigil ngara consulate edir nganyar mleogera earlier masing yang jaka somil relocate tani yes nganya mletal nganya plan ding budget wise mo das amal usel gimom das uri so kadi continue ngar sel ITC building at time edbora Hawaii consulate nga ringel L9 to di ingil tan ngar se ela diregal ngar se diregal no se tikal adra referral patients mangel referral officer ndaka dil se gidum diregal mal remote tratora community other belaw ela olmo attend gel ceremony sa ngalgel sila to the school mambol send ang clear me masyasing itil magi disseminate more education more relevant sa studies at tikalangalan nga diregal why say gida gel Hawaii all nga niya programs on more our citizens more residents say mong gok trial tao tigal atat ngar belal mo eligible kay gida programs outside ra what tira disaster mong gok mla mo sida tara mo breren Bora embassy na Washington DC. Ale kadamal ngaltangat telengal ambassador Kyotang kaya dean of the diplomatic corps. Ya hotel senior ambassador ng Washington DC at that time. Di ingi ma tester yalap tiga di teru staffer sere lang. Di ko nung sera president ma minister Uduila tukura kampakt. Ito sultan ng ngaruba ka direk olong sira citizens ng ngara mainland US. Malamobto ka ngal adadal orida travel documents at tir. Batta mulukol me yak mulukol mo ng mulura silbabiel expedited tir di malta mergala si mga passport. Madirek lo si kabrerira ra. Manggal ambasador matestera mal masarel ngasel malditilterong. Adabora Taipei nga niya ambasador David Orugo mawan staff.
Mga minister ang haligi mo giral girela ay especially Washington DC askra Senate President tayo karin.
Minister malungil nita silsil mereka mutirgal chiberga mar direktor kan ngartiang lobangem ngakadiak member ways and means sending kurang ari interest nang gile legal embassy kamadengel wase gel bekl embassy right grade vela hablo oil the appoint mo ambassador git mang kamadang lingel ambassador Russia bala President tamle appoint yang lelamay ba ambassador at Taiwan. Di la ambassador Russia Washington na diri kan submit rang klelme en ang malmol ambassador. Igidam nora besel administration e kam nilo siya administer sa rogul be samling clear including ra obi ang ngam de minister tenom regal administration ya president tamle submit rang klelme. Mang melmutre lang itutok lado ogir kama mar senator sa Washington ambassador nga Washington DC mlay kong klel yagi Washington ka geto sengrang mang also bongir ngi kita matengel Washington he's been there a long time litirgel bet ma president trablur bela rogu yagi osper ngi agi di ogir atletele la procesra ngi ang namuringi sel al mo del sponsor niya senator sa baw algire la appointment triagidal ngaregal officer gidra ikrel velaum ngaraw de semel gire la wase gidal el dirka kalmen klel ndi kada game question ra spell mabaliurngi leng maran din of the trial bekla ambassador di ka question al merk mamarador olbil mauda di soal lo kiragaw mam sodi mar adal mo Mr. Tel TV would understand ra o angel ambassador gidal nga Washington DC.
Man sole Senate President. Marang di ang klela mal di makal olbi. Ya awana sel tutel administration ito awana priority mo ka compact. Mong titilo a presidenta sa bere man arsay. Number 2 you no follow up presidents ra legal military administration. Game ambassador sila Tamira sa after a second term. Mo Johnson elang Tami again magidi ulba sa gidin mot muling gorawal lo rudla abrior ra gila compact ra administration ra surang webs. Sa gida kom sodel ya ere bral to ndim la kalbol tra process lo obiang. Ndi mo bring up ringiling president of course is aware of the process mal tokol giblem albo asing ngor udel tokol compact mo dos pe adang arsi len digal bonia sel time ado nguptil beng gukmol kudubik segi del gram lo odara communication the sultan magi dimle follow tagi the president ra awre aware boni tagi the la sponsor ni ada senator.
Okay, so lang minister. I guess ako nakalisil pa sa laan di ka lepas la mo require confirmation na Senate al sumang nga nga next term. Minister ma di ka wukera sel budget ar embassy ra Washington. Ilal FY 2023 ang 292,000. Ngayon sa proposal at email ring in May, nga rin 325,000. Di tigidal print out ra budget tir ngartial document ilang kulasing 299,208 away algor osperingi. Ako kina minister sel FY 2023 wal ko mal kikare expenditure tel mga 14% expenditure level ra budget ra tel Washington Embassy minta ko tingala say nganya error tel quarterly report ra Republic or ngara ko ra issue ra US Embassy.
Madam Saule,
Washington.
Madam Chair, maral di ko klo budgeting remaining ling gidire kal anticipate umbrella president mo UNGA, di ko anticipate umbrella president mo Washington DC at all time. Yes, nganya until more 325,000 di tel 299 ako decider niya finance ma president according to la ako yura revenue ma budget. Yeah, waktu la ambassador made la pwedeng 86 to 85% niya made. Ding agi anticipate tegal umrela presidente mora Washington DC ma New York. Made ka din mga kamakte kal more New York direct. Magi try ro multi maximum conserve as much as possible accommodate tegal umrela mo. Dan dia ka budget ra obis nga kal girel say.
Okay, misal proposal nga President Talmeya, wayal gwa di OCCU, ra FY 2023, sending will. Hindi ka kora salary increase ang maalsel, sa bela ka mo tay-tay.
Say the 299 na say till 4% more better employee. Salary increase give them accommodate lang basada di kam lomrek. Wala ni tal tester ang gagida next give them la salary increase rin. Plus ra increase ra kala rentals ra apartments tir mang gidi kam lomrek mga other finance paying cost of living ati kam hamla mo ngarbab. May gid ma plus ra maintenance tel em lirit gi mo speri mang ngagida mo maybe not 40% ding although the bills kamama ngartiang for now as am los pering.
Okay, halip sa tela Senator Sangpaw.
So le Chair, Minister Akti clarify. In dakal are you telling us kasi igal trip programin mo ra Washington ang haraw obisra Washington tel budget ang include igal trip sa kamin mo?
Hindi kal pea rowi. For example, akpo, and if I have to host something, malubang other expenses that malab agi yung tir. Maluba yung spare til book a room sa kamam na New York or Washington DC. It's cheaper.
Was that the expectation, Maka Amnatan Director? Was that the expectation of kasi igal budget and more share? Is that how it's supposed to be expended?
No, it's not the expectation ding budget tigim albangan nila. At kasi pala ba, obis nga kal take care. Magyong tir mas katakaing sura expenses al ko head of state tigid or at least the vice president or myself. At sumang nga niya tudil available la kay gimlo finance mutulto ko.
O niya ka chair ang sokabol clear kasi a Ministry of State angar alil direct funday ga is your testimony to that kasi kami angar alil funday gal trips mong diak aware ngi makumdas singre mo clear tiang ling ngaramon trip para president ng ariyaw dudel mo ko nga mala sa igal ministry gida funday gal ministry for their purpose raw really mong tial nga embassy ra Washington al suko mong 41% di ko 41,000 angel di ambassador mawala tester tiga tutud ra ngarangkong
dia mo subes ya kaklut clear at suma president amor Washington DC for example emonia extra tokol gire let's say mo host dinner or something outside the tel budget presented in mo embassy ang arse direct sa bel help nga president while is there.
Di mada clear minister abay kumdas singgung laungila adangay gel detail del expenditure ay gagi de Washington ba do kasi ngaray gel niya gel fund malsukum kusingil alway kita namugire dal maigal mal mora obisa president ang awakandak. I think it's important to engay da vice president tal adire ko so follow up pertay. Sula minister akum das mo ko mo clear mo.
Albo Vice President Mario.
Sulay, Chair, mal sa minister ka maradaman ni akora orang setiap dadu meral kora mornya question ra rather all billing. Kita ngara performance budgeting ma performance samurai gel divisions ma bureau ma embassies. Menti ako tingin lo siya ilang mo so isbra kaskala la performance ra embassy ra. US makteo meral lo siya tial budget ado rurungi gel rokuil. Also mengarngi uspela ministry malubeng officer president trawi kal mara trip. Ya ike aku meral lo siya ike sebel lo ara ngarangin na budget tertir malo alora le tokata TL gira lagi. Di selbo mola sa imora department ng embassy. Esa igi dang mlam tamal latial lul tial budget. Aul mo kadam rur tial budget el detail was ngaregel budget el mora foreign affairs. Huk ngar sa igi dal dia ka mamrut ringi. Yal ngaringi uspeleng ngogi wa ko authority president of programming si program al su mai galudo da appropriate del mora igi del kakrosel bureaus malubeng embassies ngarakbel hindi dia kasabel di mo baigel mamru laigel dia kal ngaralel segidel makro dia mer segid ako salta labay mo nga dong liw ko ma president te bom sa dai kal mongil mangaringi budget del mora trip president mai etal ara officer tier la kalbora tal embassy ra Amerigel. Yak manila sa embassy maran ngaringi sebab los peringin ding ngari ang tisetri ngari time ra ngana mong dire kalwal blol blal sul ngari ablil isul segem lo blal sumlo o klol isu ra setyang tem grabol harangi. Maun makaseng kirel malul no blak laigel ngalel ma budget el moringi ma officer kami mo officer president. Sige ako di concern magnos la se nabay el budget el sibil clear gigid ebol blak lo se mantela los peringa embassy gid Amerigel. Ma igel officer kami ma president regal ma trip. Sulang.
Ya, Ma'am Saule, Vice President sa Senate, lalway say hindi nganegel mo kais amrul tokoy o mo example sila last minute para New York. Presidenta solak para Washington DC. At sumak mo kata ti enhar pelawa kungi ng momyo magib amal kol memet ako spell to the other embassy momre game reimburse tir. Ay gaya kais amrul tokol kulkol masin mo kala it's beyond our control magi mo gaya gidi. We always try to compensate them after. Lagi all tour other finance mas intensive elan dia. Di kamal masaw lagi rubakaling malang dia ka budget tra officer minister ma officer president gila travel ma meetings sige to kulkol ngira walen. Agi ba malas sa tirang yung direct help mo affect tra performance at tiyo. Kamal masaw lagi rubaka.
Minister Kamsulama, ay pa yung lito lasem edra ko budget tra traveler kara almora officer ka leng winol ba siya ka wiya malbato ka umrole moral embassy sa makakandakta foreign affairs ergidra outside WMFM mang that way el gora mo clear also kuma bebira budget tra ka ngara sila igal different items sel cover a traveler ka maybe emal mo pa igiro will more sel line item budget ra ka wal budget ra minister sige da ko sa el help para mamang asa emal mo mas ka mama sige ra ri halal po nga lutal mo nga senator sa
Hindi quickly minister ma ilay ka gidel ka Carousel Embassy ang kawadir ka through the process ok ma ay ka consider alwal under a bureau level mong ada kom di ka tertial udo del ngal adem ro oduru clear ogil mo ngya this person how is the process
That tirge gal embassies and missions are directly under the minister of state. So
Oy.
budget tiring di mal to.
okay ak understand tila ka ulma ko gara budget level kasi ay ka da consider alwal ngara bureau level alwal director rogul budget ngara bureau level malsum maria arguing ma question na kasi selguk mo na gal embassy to process el through Bureau Foreign Affairs adang ilyak kal budget item mo kom ka 292,000 yung ulmasang how is the disbursement happen?
Diyan ang lek. They don't go through the bureau level. Together till ngarsel kata expenses at til, but they do quarterly reports before I give out the disbursements of mortir. Yeah.
Oy,
Sige da.
although dong mortir el
Mortir.
rule ang quarterly ito durok kasumang 100,000 and 25,000 amol durok kang every quarter mortir.
Why say?
Okay.
Minister, mangaraman da kalway sa expenditure embassy Marigel. Mangaraman di 14% expenditure level.
Axel, gimmarga reports at tirim din mga finance. Kung daso ang mo verifying hindi, last quarterly report at tiram nila, they're all behind the quarterly reports at tir. So we have to go back, basumong let's say in third quarter lang, in nila first quarter am nila, let's say this month. So they're all behind about a month or two. So we will go tell percentage and reflect the accurate. Mong elektika mo la reports at tira ginil submit before the next allotment. Ito all mo meo mga giwok meo tiya on nita finance mo sa mo to de nila report at til may. E bila finance sa diak di mo ko la may. So baby lang mo awanay kal figures gi mo lab matir mo.
Okay, Minister ka parcel kung amneski pertel agenda gidan di can we go back to Guam? Kasi ako nga rin talgi pala increase ra a budget request ngi. It's an increase by about about 6,000, 7,000. Kamkura nga increase.
Kami wala po selma mesel budget mara minister state yal all departments yal missions increase was basically 4% for each employee. So increase from 2023 ma 2024 lang. Dimla ka increase ra role operations budget, increase ra dimla personnel wages increase because of that 4,000 per person per employee. Minimal gaya increase regal office bleng tiagi dele increase ra 4,000 for one employee regal departments.
Masel siya doseng ngara 180,000 na sel increase el mortal rogil ministry. Ay gel increase ang mo kabera ay gel increase al do dir at.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so lang.
Okay, ila kamla cover Tokyo. Kamla cover Tokyo Embassy.
Nira.
Okay, hindi kam cover Tokyo, Taiwan ako dimle mention ngi Manila. Kam continue mo regi.
Ela Tokyo Embassy ang anya tedel staff regida sila time. Of course, Ambassador Adalbay ang ayuda Christian Nicolescu Asami Oda. Tigida 3 staff regida sila plus one driver. Increase sale dire kadi sige 4% per employee. Di mla ka ngodal increase in terms of operations mga yang anya dasul so mamel dire kal malo mobile morawan facility di of course to dia ka funding at time mon diagim sa abal makara until bon ya do ongit tamlo president masahal ma bon ya do damdasa ni at the Bora Manila office embassy di tal kita sunyama siya increase na dire black tung increase ra personnel rin.
President na niya kanil mura imbisigat tayo.
Hindi ako. Gel ila ambassador at Taiwan nga rin Aurelel employed.
Dahil employed din ngol nga sir ambassador experience ng retired chief of education gim more ospering dire kal helper ko na mga odor tikal nga coordinator tikal nga din dia kal formally employed ra embassy
Men di ako ludodol.
dia kal do
Hindi nga rin question lito asing oriol longra rangal gra school ma ulga doon.
sige da yo ospering wal facilitator tikal nga school nga sing elang mo ambassador mo ra mo Plus ang ngani experience ngin ngam le cheaper education mo ngani experience ngin ato ra school, badang language ato ra school mo help ambassador.
Hindi ka question ra qualification ng igirdi ogira tele lauro ra sila yu Taiwan embassy mo or siya daw clear.
Minister man sa LD Valentine dakal dugo de lemru la relet.
Why saying? Direkal igal missions ma igal blue hosta igal missions gid. Ngas pause ngal agam. Mamomorir terror al sila wan embassy ter guada kat sa lungil. Mang valeng ngongel valeng akti kam narse mang ngongel valentino ng sera tikangal ka school yalang arse. One time I give attempted trial hiring ding I give mo mesra rolela a protocol ma tora selbelung ter give mo tar sula boda haira bi ila adal mutbaglo rawan mission.
Okay, I guess ang ngar alel ambassador ang kungal sukumang ngari nga ngarangal. Leng sumang official position ang kirel ngari nga official. So we just want to make sure hindi ka akura a misunderstanding ra sa nga position.
Onja, almusawala.
Kalal po nga Senator Sang.
Minister, tirkay gidel betul nga outside. Tigen dia kal set tau dudir pailo. Dia.
Nda.
Okay, tirgel staff akid. Tirgel tadiregal momalartel $60. Tirgel kontrakta dahar tire.
Tirgel foreign labor sangara foreign staff ada kalumutial increase. Tedi tigal other belong.
Oh, sige daw ko ra. So that clear ngi. Mangwadil talkid.
Di talkid.
Oh. Talgel close sell increase ng learning wa unmak. Akan portion na mo pesom.
Okay, Minister, makamla cover our embassies ang mga UN office.
Okay. A UN office ang kanya one ambassador Sid, Charles Mitchell, ma Kenley Lipiano. Ngani tiken ngal intern ng arsedel alo bang trir plus rawan ngal ngara program AOCs ra UN legal helper tir le plurbelar ang chair tiale PSIDS Pacific Small Islands Development States. Ya ambassador Sid terigid chairperson sa gidal organization e uspe anya sur tiragid interns marangal globangel. Ya next year kadamo chair sa gidal AOCs direct mo agi malat ka mo recruit o makwen na si sure di kam lob esol employees ngam nara benret rang ramong e ba nora Miguel to recruit ni leng ngani experience ni environment ma climate change mo mal help para ambassador sito ya gel increases sa UN di si ay direct sublak tung di ngara salary sa til mo
Hello, Vice President Mario.
Sebelum ko na i-update rin sa cell building sa kadamil arar ang mga tritelel.
Oy, sa kadamil arar lang I believe ang mo complete the city nga niya tinibigyan construction mo last year ambassador sida may request the silwa pera insurance. So by this before October this year mo complete the talblay. So mission nga niya room sa nga niya adal mo kong caring.
Mara kabira gidel expense di top der talo do del mara mission.
Di top der talo do mission.
Payment ra sel
payment ra
tel building.
Yes.
Matya sel dungu ang tatela talaga room sa yung sabil ko mauren tel kwadire kal bukol ng sera mission alo bang maldi mo accommodator adal mo mauren.
A challenge as a designating mission and that's those pairing commercial. Mengok tisel residential staff, mar employees at tel mission ni marong.
Sabil dire kal house aruk mo kyakar mo ra
mal welcome. O mal welcome al sum ko New York and sabil keri.
Okay. Dia asal nga meeting mal marba para ke hotel
Oh,
New York
I see.
ulmo oras.
Dia ko bigit ko mokla obo ka obey.
Minister Sildo, mesra expenditure level ra UN office while max out ra budget ringi mang how are they surviving ra last quarter?
Agi mal ngal tangat other finance mal understand ra challenge ra UN office to sulta manganya gel bibira angya sulola rekal bulu especially the chair wa gagi del organization nganya bulu direct offer grants malubong fellowship tikai ngal kon mebrior mong offset gel wuk mlong sang sental mission ding nganya bulu almost tira funding for travel, funding for attendance ekal meetings. Sige dawan ra kuk benefit ra the chair ekal ling ekal baby ra bulu asoril help pergi. Mal ngal tangat tinggal ambassador ade kal mal modern tigal betul partners. So opon dia kai gain mal dak sila operator a mission lang.
Dia matial tirkam na mo ngarate lang 96% ta spending artir radut quarter. Mulu asang mal dil 4% radut dira made. Mang ay kau dudir tamla to draigang alu beng akora segi da akora teki understand ringi mire tong ko.
Mam saule ruba ko oi. Ayalu dia di top the tiang tel budget mede la 4% ra budget tir. Agi adu kama Minister of Finance al mas makaragim help till for the end of the fourth quarter.
Betul expenditure report tiang selo ngo allotment tira lakin rin tiang alu beng base ay report til met mo
Base report sa tira previous quarter tiang masuk lot of this allotment tira.
Betul tira report tira third quarter.
Third quarter, I say.
Mendirikan kalau allotment tra fourth quarter. Sige da kora sa dal mo ng lilwa sa mendirikan upta 4% civil enough mo bal mo ra indra year madala 3 months.
Jangan enough uma imal mo dur other financial trial helper til di madala di 2 months mo stiri chelo close peri mo indra ka fiscal year.
Hindi ka ul mo dogar sige da kuk kumla ke reporter ka wala lagi dito kwasem mo nga ngal sa kasela ngarang klelo office ko mo mo ngi tra imor office ka mi di kum da sura ka sel sugo mong top da appropriation ka karo sa ay gagi dilo office sa tangari ay ludo del appropriate mo ngi hindi ka sa pedal di mo gire logi over program na president mo masan na gire la president mo mamadang litya mal sa pedal program audo dum no ka ber ngi malapon mo so
Mamsula. Supplemental am cover UN. Oh.
Senator Sangpa.
O minister ka koram no mention ay gel grants. Talgibel kora arogul sel may ngara Marcel language ay gang recorded el part regel grants el submit el mer kama mandiage talgibel concern era Akuran sa suko man da capture ling sabi edal mo wala mo influence ako and I think it's important al record maybe there's a process al sabi el Ministry of Finance di o si sabi mong mora record mo ko tirang mong wal ko ra reflected ra sila gagi dele maybe it's in there I don't know maybe nga riya bebil maadya ka makti Kora di duli I understand el kasi kamal awira way gayid ngidi bol kora parte
Ya para masawle senator sa ngabaw. Mal masawle pa dire kita experience tiang egal grants sa pol nga niya luul mo. Sometimes tas in grant 10,000 for travel only.
yes
Di mo ngyan ngarse ding brang. Erek mo adu nga maadra UN mission tabay loya sibel recorded. They do have the records. El sendal mem ko mo ngi mas grantel ngilu adi founder tilmora meeting ra Italy mo. Not necessarily comes to the finance. Din tuli ko sa mo de mas partners gi to maltela agi sutim bergi.
oye dire kal Well, kora mo consistent also kung although hindi ako although tada there's maybe nga yung strings attached rin yung akong das yung important olbida ko lulawal understand the question mga direction rin malso kung mga ling nga rin igal balul kukpo gila del question ka do laban mo taang mong akti siya I know you're very aware of this ako ngit na madibol ilbol reflected at sila so lang minister
Ma'am Saula, Senator.
Oy, aktiral sirado lasan malar sel building yung naringigil tukol wase ay gil payment el morsel lo ng sel building di mga tegi del budget mo ay gigida so mo understand was ay gam na ultim na mo ra 96% ra al seladur quarter alu segi ng part ngi alu ay gida so mo matagim so da detail report ra tegi del
Okay, regi mo provide
expenditure
sir.
report at tel embassy sulang.
Alright, so Ma'am Saula.
Albo Senator Aldapel.
Sula chair will itasil se minister kamtiral adam minister nga kadya kamal kora specific question na algere legal allocation na budget ma request away question el kora pressing question so aloke ringia akla se kami kami ma president legal al sel budget proposal a president el name amdal olbil sel level ra budget el level proposal niya president. So overall submit tial proposal a president el mem niya ako consultation lo banggel ministry ka ol white agi del sharing ang ngani elang el pol sa pela president el gora kan be malu communicate agi del gora needs ra akaros el lobbies ra al sela ministry of state for president to consider as he put together sa igid wal unified el budget el submit ng ilmer albialo so kalmo mdengek masim nani sa igid el teal no sa bil gora ka ako discuss ay igid el leader ministry
Ma'am Saula, floor leader, Blanya Teal. We did kumamar director sa mga presenter amdala president ma ministra finance. Legal budget kumam magal ko kumle on ma'am. Ding kuk policy ra president ma minister finance la omes ra role la funding or revenue mang tiagi dagim albangan nila lang.
So basically mlani nga dim lang ako respond ra president malu minister finance at masing tiagi don mu in the base ra klungel daw available for us telmaral mil fiscal year tiagi ra sa bedel limit malubeng level sa edel morngi akora last mo understand ra process lang ay gamma mo maregal ministerial meng ngadil anay sel lel submit niya president Michael lolingit taigal ministry mang kodokora tidel merura real wal anay gid ma president masigi da swadal mo ka dengan masing ngani ako ra ungil understanding ergid ra sige del led proposal nga president ma aigal mguk wal additional mo lingit lang kung daso albira kalulaw sel deliberate tial budget tingirel al base sel nidra executive as a whole tel arang la government leng kal president ngay chief executive abadol tirak lala ma constitution engge agirel consult cabinet marugul agencies nga ungel elma igel neither tir budget musap ito albira kalula mo deliberate el base ra igigidel justification manitsra agencies mang sige amne sokal mo clarify giling amda se mal blakatak nga la ma constitution ne direct nga ni LBS el Fiscal Responsibility Act el maskit sa igid social guideline na tetele la budget process mang di kalswadal mo ko rawa DBA to sa igid el wal bill existing process kung sa report kami ng wal dil igel performance report ng wal dil loss issue ra igal amla mo marekal al fiscal year
Alngania change ang adi yegi del wal al increase ra a cost of living may yegi del dastal increase ra salary mga nakle lagi omdas gegrel changes sabedel al expect malu da anticipate el mo change ra ay gal total budget ding al sumen a plan na kami ay gel wal fiscal strategy kami wal gora di osisura ay gal na mamregal telal years omdas hindi ka gila del malgo question ay gel mal gegrel increase mga nakle pa gila del mo kaw ding yak nasing kita kaw ding gila ma president ay gel guk lowes el nidra igal kakarus el ministry ma agency sa nga reungel se ve del moba o sisul el justification el respond del mor olvira kalula especially ga idu question olvira kalula el kirelega
Ramam Saule floor leader oy kama kawdingi kama president we did a presentation our directors of mama mlorogoy magim na present mamutra even propose hiring so mamal cook deng alak kasi performance kama last year mang mlaway say yun masubmit mo they have to review present maskak tagil budget ra minister state mang there is no question mas kama office of president dagim disconnected agi kawding tel budget minister state mal musulal bring up the issue a performance, marang maldi kaya increase, improvement, then the decision magsal abay mo patatirir. Of course, President Tamletal Durgama siyam harap to kalab, ting di yura funding ulmo das amal harap to kalab. Baka mal misaule floor leader mo, budget ra minister state maubisa President tayo makawing rin ang sulak.
Minister, kalmutal bring up pertal issue ra UN office. Le domesayel oblem sendal may request tiram le 468,000. Hindi kami wa ading ilul mo 357,000. That means it was 7,200 over budget last year. And we can see their budget mula sing namo al fiscal year FY 2023 in the 3/4 itam la spendra almost entire budget artir mang agi request ak masem submit ra report ra embassy may full financial report. We want to see a whole revenue tier and then I mean ngoyam kora continue till office wayal is it functioning or not functioning or are they getting sufficient budget or of course there are things that you're probably arranging for all about the but I think also mga budget ang giril cover expense at office man di so mamal mo masasayid mo talgibal clear
Okay, Ma'am Saule, Chair, agi mo provide.
Okay, kamsulang kada mobile morsel Hawaii Consulate Office. Siya nga increase nga kadilo la sing diwa na employee ngi.
Oh yeah, the increase ni tayo del mura salary. That's all.
Mangarang marula consulate officer gidra Hawaii. We have ambassador American nga Washington DC. Nga ko ramal sa tel office.
Ang sa tel office dekadil help dekadil assister adra referral. Dekadil assister dekad citizens gid nga Hawaii. Ngani tigel baby citizens gid nga sel nga issue ra tele travel documents at passport termi resuri merbelaw. Mr. Naito sebel nga sirula ba sul babier authorized by the ambassador tungo obal merbelaw. Dosul tamang direkal ngarsel at tanganyangal ka school, ngarbelan ngaral school, mospe angis waring even intern programs mong helper tir. Mong oing altang diwan al other nganya uspale la kansulit tigid al time. Direkal ngura dekat sal ngulgor disak por Hawaii Mr. Naito masing manamo po talgibak to increase ra number ngalged dia kadal tira Hawaii bang ngolong sir tilo tau tira gel sebel eligible program sa Hawaii dia citizen subelaw Pwede ka eligible lagi programs mong trial helper tigagi del rengal gede marbibir gede lukuk mamtar basirir. Seguida kona rerel dia katsa del
Hindi ka dala clear to homeless salo bing tukurang area problem na dala clear.
those issue both homeless maranganya problem adala.
Ako okay minister kasi tanda kasi aldi part-time position. I mean, nga we have a medical attache nga Hawaii, right?
Yes.
Ang guk marula brere akong tal office ya minister of state total ngi.
Ang cell baby ng tumobo cell baby to our patients ang kakaro sa temel appointment sa tir. Mo check up mangkal Mr. Naito kung mo help pag transport til mo ang ngal referral officer ang arsil take care tir. Gide kam na explore a part-time. Di silver part-time yung mo di kalmo burden ng galat basyak. Ako kung sir ospital, ako sir other belaw. Then sige another option that we're looking into now at that time. Ng Hawaii maklo population of other belari. There may almost 2,000 to 3,000 other belak yesterday at that time. Those who got thank you. Paul ma say that you follow. Hindi tigal detail mo dagi mo yun.
Take it rokul bulur Hawaii.
I see.
Oy. Akora digal illegal ngarinya igal program sa Amerikel. Tigal adra FSM mamali misal di maigigil program sa tora or nga sira urenta blay ma. Or nga sira mkorora arangal ka. Mang ako masay nagidel ako kumaringi program ako ngara waya sa gidel consulate official ako kung may gigil issue sa mewa sa gagida sa biul eligible mo rin bombosi katial detuk ngara igel meri Hawaii nga kanya ka mal issue nga kara tial posisyon na kanal consulate ng Hawaii nang diwa kwam hindi na nga selon nga sir ada ngari may gel ko issue ra belal mo marakwam umasang ding sa gigil nabay ni gigil mo nga gigil ko kora Aldo lo mantri ay tiri ada belal ngai gel bro say ga gida available program sul sibil morngi sibil apply mo mray ga gida program sa ngora tiri nga ko ma bay ngari ate elil mo nga hawal sumto man mari problem tedong okle ako mas lo sing nagira ay gida mo rolling FSM amla rura Miguel di eligible mray ga gida program sa ngora mo kakaro sa tial compactor belal makampactor wa FSM mungkin ada semua lagi benefit sebol civil meralo uai sel marangal ke dengan lagi belum bolot ngela saya kaki dah tele dah sepeda mau explore sulang.
Saule Vice President Senate ngal mini Mr. Naito all contractor ave mo sigar ado masay kaki dah eligible ringi. Muna uai sera tigal rangal ko belal ngarsay mar other belal ngarsay at time. Masih kita eligible rin yung ngesur, gira la rental, gira la role la akal. Di mo yurt kan ngal other belaw masit. Mangga mering role nga direk follow up partir. Ma yel ngesur ngal eligible other belaw ngar Hawaii Mr. Naito ma ola ba gel list emle takpo nga git makal mo kaldibre nganyar ngal ra school mong mong odortir. Masih kami eligible ay kakid, mamuspe ang ara kumuli adun yaw ay. So, kung marami sa lagi ruba, kakti ka bayan mo ito mahmuri, mga bayan, bagay list ay gel, kung nga so eligible ringi, may maging provide the lower pa, natakaing siyo, marami sulang.
Kalbo Senator Aldape.
Hindi chair ako nasing ngila bol bakataklo den ako nasing alministra na ito last administration amle appoint ringin mo. Letiagi damle reason wala ako dangalim le reason man no to our citizens serbela nga ray kay kita kakarusel al jurisdiction amrigel alwal bol kade pa reach sa ambassador al molong sa ortira igel guk tele la ngesura kabelmet amrigel nga ray kakarusel state al mortir especially Hawaii ma igel baby partara West Coast. Nornya igel wal ko request ra destal al other belal ngara igegid masing ngani igel wal ko ra services malubeng programs am rigel logi wa federal agencies al citizens ra FAS ma belaw included eligible morning ending wa bol kate pa reach ra embassy gidra Washington el mo help pertiga ida da belaw Loring siya gidel kora igang kadam lome sa budget te gidel kuldasok mas meda point na itol mo wal consulate gidel officer ngarsay el gu kome sa tigel ngar al sila hawal en tigel mal optoy sila otherwise ila minister makumda siya gide minister ending ungila bol kora mo partra ang alem sa minister communicate kay gidro cool services lo drur ambassador Lekum na segel consulate offices nga Amerikel, Hawaii, Aquam. Elang namo dia nga sa ibal hindi ngalo mo under umbrella la embassy Amerikel. Egal rogul services di fall under US mal bol sa ela ambassador coordinate tay gidel services loban trigal el consulate officers se mergo nga bol sa el maral spreader sa igid el services sa ula FSM direct el mal tega advantage sa igid el total services til nga niya representatives sa til nga igid el part tra brigel el population na tira concentrated ang omda sa igid ang will bol makalplakatak lebom announce ngil mara other belal nga igid el part tra brigel bol sa il maral utilize sa service tigala sula
maraming saule floor leader Kamal magsaul degal mla masadra tel ul mo kadum open ra consulate ra Hawaii degal nga nya udasul kuk timoruna ma director propose ra kuk mora California ding budget wise and diga wal sa baamal ma up there in Oregon mal tak ngal rebela nga sige no tel Pacific Northwest ma California emral aigal services ang arindil anong laka adal to hindi ako lo tingir adad Hindi so far hindi tal Hawaii makwam lang nganya representation na kita saying. Area next sa kinuto mo propose mo president talbo niya funding enough agi open ra ka consulate ra California ma somewhere up in Oregon ma ulun Seattle. Gaya kita ko target to kamamo. I'm sorry sa Florida.
Elbo Senator Sungino elbo Senate President.
Sulang chair malungil tasil se ministro ko maradam. Dia ka kurang sa aldo edrekal korom dasra tel website ra ministry leng yunarang ligedre lang amal namo do rato technology ma social media ma yero so dia kan look into a form ra create ra platform ra alsel tel ministry ngarinya ila igedro information alsel I'm sure tira igedro ligedre besel agede gamna representation tirel tigel ko tigtilob ra school are aware of get information among akum das ingida move more say the next level ra technology ling low spera tel rogil platform ra internet tral ma information morar af akora ngora dildas debate maybe lasabil direkal o misring deeper sulang
Yak maraming saule Senator Singino tilagi da maral ungil la tara avenue se bedlo to the information morar af Elegi mo, ndagi mo explore niya gin mo, tumo update at yan, website na kamam. Kaman mo sa ulo.
Minister kami dalutel bakal mira akwam. Ngaring ako ra report ra ngalo rol regidra akwam kirira other bela mil tamal lavlir tospe anges mong ra status sertir. Yo sisul time at sumare information mo tangel girel seludo dul tubdi ang lamor akwam mandir ngarbela ang ra status sergi ding gorawngil bodo tangel Gora to ka adadal ngara ko mal lamit to il morar adril wasing matar basrir ang makarang ending gora dia ka informational dangar officer ka wasing tirgel other belaw milt mal lablirir ang wang status sertir ang ari ang isra ko mal mortir ang dia mang len aga agi moreng sit ngari tirgel dia kal qualifier ay gel kuk ngesol ra wa fi mamang rara al sila guam leng way ala kal register del eligible kadimo ay sergid del wachim kadam garartir.
Saule, Senate President, report ra tel Mogheria al compiling ire lang, leng tikal adada mlora igel klol dolong ok nganya other belau. Yes, tangani tigel kuk tikal eligible, patam lang ito tiril mora Red Cross mo trial helper tir segi. Dia although the tubdil monga, kaya mo ada Minister of Finance said in directly mora government of Guam, ding a report ra sel tegido mo Mogheria asaw amalo tubdi suna sir top da report ra. Kanselat tinggi dire malara ko sel report adra Guam. Len solo meso se tetelar adar belam lo eligible na mangeso versus se tira gid adma de. Mo tuata eligible mata adia ka. Seguida erak mo provide sel report de korka ke rubak before end of the week. Sulang.
Oyam sulang albo Senator Talams.
Malungil tilal se minister ma rom tilal dama matayat mo may amal mering logrior ya ko meset tel ba set termi meder ko radio sising may kana mo mregarra emdanget mo may amal so mi nga sa auduti mo mal appreciate say $60 hindi ko to orang legal services ra embassy ela ko meset sel compact review agreement en área negotiation el dirham de el girela el programs ma services ra federal el dirham negotiate ma gel already and currently eligible voltira katal compact ra 2010 akura forensic tal discussion el girela el services sel embassy ra Washington ngari report terngil summit ng Mergamiw is Minister of State update regarding legislation el impact ay gagawin the services el mergidar other belau le recently ya gomez la legislation el passer ngira la introduce ngira Senate Congress Abluram Rigel el lomagadori kung extending care to compact of free association Veterans Act ra 2023. Hindi rin nga rin House Resolution 5001 yang create special advisors in mga insular affairs. El mga apical department el tira oversee the program kita mo eligible under ang compact. Again nga rin report el mergamiw akurawan de klase hindi akal el partrang relela ambassador l'inform rally receiver will be lulaw ma uway official girela update regarding the legislation le sel kuram na amge wala Mr. Sel compact review agreement ya to regel ludo ma federal programs ma services ng alsel amal di tuira US public law el segundo todo de mora state ya eligibility rigid asabi logi wa gigid mal uben dia ngari ako special assignment maluben tiang baru ni luror ambassador gid maluben dia
Masaule Senator Talams Ambassador Kyoto overall mungkin Minister of Finance ninggi lead compact negotiator dia kalau ngajak report setiap mulgori al House bill materi veterans mumlame ding ngok Ambassador Kyo kagid le Minister Udoy dia lead compact negotiator gid magagid services doloy mandire ko sis for 10 negotiations ani mang Ambassador Kyoto di report ma president ma kamamul mas ngara amlamaru eriak mo bring up with the president mas direct will report the logora leadership ra ulbil ana may quarterly basis ma lubong whatever mo spegi mo logor team to submit di that time dit negotiator compact of course kalib udoy ya Ambassador Kyoto ore lo bangere at time lo ay siri mas ngara pending all bigre at time I mean Congress ra bla miguel mangara eligible ringi ngara lo to gil mo mai bon amal masaul el question era mo bring up lo bangera president ma minister udoy
Ako kira ko kasi kada sel question sige dal bora gel specific legal pero sa ringi kita mo kira kada ngara UNL lang ko kira kasi kada mingil mo ragi kita bebira biro ngo mo kira gel questions. Okay.
So lang senator sang ba may kisa ka na mo ka embassy sa minister makadabora office ra PD.
Okay.
Next.
Madam Saul, good afternoon. I'll yield the floor to our public defender.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, President and Senate President and Senate Vice President, and to all the senators, good afternoon. I'm ready to answer any questions that you may have regarding the Office of the Public Defender. Oh, sorry. I'm ready to answer any questions that you may have regarding the Office of the Public Defender. Oh, sorry. I probably have to give you a brief presentation of what's before you this afternoon. I'll get right into it. Previously, from 2019 to 2021, when my predecessors was running the office, our budget was in the amount of 363,000, and due to COVID, that was reduced to 327,000. That is currently our budget at the moment, and our proposed budget for FY 2024 is increased to from 327,000 to $348,622, and that is due to the to cater for the increase in wages for my support staff. I have 3 support staff who are allowance and 3 attorneys, including myself and 2 other attorneys. We are all experts, all from Fiji. So the increase is to cater for the increase in wages due to the recent inflation of the cost of living. I believe also before you is our budget report. In just two factors of our budget report that I believe that is the most expenditure in any whether private or government entity is payroll, which is taking up 82% of our budget. That is for all the 6 staff in our office, the 3 attorneys and the 3 support staff. And the other major expenditure, which my predecessors didn't have, because the Office of the Public Defender used to be where the courthouse is. We had to relocate to OEK building, and that is the other most expenditure that we have that takes up 9%. We're all paying almost 30,000 a year to rent at OEK building. Apart from that, the only other expenditures are the equipment and supplies, telephone and internet, fuel for the vehicles, and other assets for repairs and management of supplies, and overall the day-to-day running of the Office of the Public Defender. So the Office of the Public Defender, by mandate of the Constitution, that we are to help all the indigenous citizens of the Republic of Palau in terms of their criminal cases. We have a no turn-away policy at the office. Whoever walks into our office that requires our assistance, we give it. And most definitely we're giving it free of charge. Also, there are also tourists who unfortunately come here to visit and get into a minor traffic incident. We also help with those as well. On top of the caseload that we have there, most of our cases that go to court, defendants are required to surrender their passports. Some cases back 2015, 2016, or way before that, their passports are still sitting in the clerk of court. So they are required to travel for medical review or anything that they need to travel. They would then come to us for us to file a motion for their passports to be released. In some of these cases, the Office of the Public Defender didn't even handle their case at that time. It might have been handled by a private attorney. So if they have to go back to a private attorney, obviously the private attorney will charge them just to file that motion for the release of the passport. So we also help with that. We also help in the drafting of affidavits. If someone here sells a car to another person and the person has left the Republic of Palau and they haven't done anything in writing, so the person here needs to renew, the BPS would then require an affidavit of that transaction. So we do all those affidavits and we have a notary public who signs all that at a free of charge. And we also assist defendants who are already incarcerated. If time comes when they are eligible for parole, we do the documents for their parole hearing. Though the parole board does not require our physical presence, so we only prepare the documents for them for their petition hearing. That is all I have to present at this time, and if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
Senator Sangaba will ask question.
Did I hear you right? And please correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the public defender was meant for criminal cases. Some of the stuff you're talking about are civil matters. Why are you doing civil matters? There's a Micronesian legal service that we also give money to. So I'm wondering, why are you doing affidavit for people? So can you correct me if I'm right? Maybe they passed a law that I'm not aware of before me. So
if affidavit doesn't come under civil law, it's just like a sworn statement.
You mentioned some stuff that they even walk into your office to prepare documents, which is usually you also do divorce papers. Okay, so you mentioned something that sounds like a civil matter. So I'm asking you, what civil matters are you handling?
What particular?
No. I'm asking you, what civil matters are you handling? Not criminal cases. Do you?
We do not handle any civil cases. I'm just following the precedents of my predecessors.
Yes, you mentioned something about. That's why I'm asking this question. You mentioned something in regards to preparing. You don't turn back people. They walk in. You help them. What are you helping people that are not necessarily criminal cases?
No, it's only pertaining to criminal cases.
So it's criminal cases. So
yes.
So that's what I wanted to hear from you. Okay, there was a law that was, if I'm aware of, for maybe it's like land disputes. And usually the first one that walks into Micronesian legal service, they will get that service. So the next party cannot go there. So is that being handled by public defender? I thought there was a law that was passed that you guys could also represent people that are actually handling land matters. Chair, yes, you passed the law that I'm aware of. Tangaria wa buram ko gile man nemer del di makot itamura legal service itangari tirgal ko kogi ulir del sab ariril diregal mal abu lumatamlo spare public defender. Are you handling any of those cases at the moment?
I believe what you're referring to is a conflict of interest with
No, I'm not referring to conflict of interest. There's a lot of people that are eligible because they're low income to go to Micronesian legal service. There's usually how many parties to a case. So if the first one goes to Micronesian legal service, the second party cannot go to that same office to be represented. So they passed a law in the past that public defender can actually represent those parties to those cases of individual. So are you handling any of those matters at the moment or no?
No.
Thank you.
Kabungi Senate President. Oh, kabungi tabulwalil po nga Senate President.
Ali. Saulit chair, ako te Minister Aitaro tigal adam akmal nga soliwala te alsi ang ating kasues. E diregal di recognize tigal nga ka real intense ang artiang ania free to urma hidet herman tigal recenter graduate ang artiang el ala kalwida to bang kamiu. Yal se elem hire tiret la uspe auror. E atele ladri kamongan mutul mai. Ulingita. Pabere grisile dim hire. Ako te minister akngat tagi del basur tiang. Etrigagi del tagi del obisra public defender. Sel telba belinge malo otilo asing sel borsel vital playa chima special prosecutor ang aniar 7 adra la artis. Etriga adra tutak. Emergo adver obisra gidra public defender kom aditerum. Era tagi dak tilileng ang katartil ng tangatan ng muspe ang surtial obis. Esel de bong ang nyor ramal workload tir. Esel de tueng krediko tasem timpli dia kate il del adu. Kredit mo ato ang del guilty. Ela kang artiang kumumtas rang Hawaii. Komdas kautil som ura California mon ngasiu etrigal ngalgel respect ya lobis nga blur belaw awul tel simra adia kat sebedel sobak keltri le armature league all tutak er ngali liga melubut Ego dia kisah rong sol wasem sisi itia lobis. Ela celebortial igal sa domestic violence. Ma criminal cases sa bebiri ga involved ra ngalget. Yang artial bullet tiang dia ngayang early the office needs funding to further engage in the community awareness prevention program in schools, states, radio talk shows. Educate the general public on the purpose of our office and the consequences of engaging in criminal activity. Kami tayo sa minister so oklitya lobis malsa bakatilar ngalgit. Desel domen sa tiang ngalagel tamakasal ata hara private attorney. Ya umasin dir kamamal adra inaka aus per tiagi lobis. Hindi ko teatro ule lobis sergit. Ya taar sila am taar dia kan ngawin yes. Kau tialom dosuan mora US of A momrura on ngeseur tirike. Ya makasa kasel belau la kamo besringi. Akmalungi tangi sur segi deling kal adre kami logor tel kota adbelau. Akulungi tem sab aklisel to. Akum daseng momta arbsura ali tiang elak dekat makliak. Segi tak malungi tangi sirek melamor sila bisok mati. Dengan tidak lebih ada lamor sit. Tedit mula tuang ling malgan binen tada pli. Dito po namda siya sa sepli. Sige ta, ako mula sing katakura mo unfair, taar sul mar ngalget. Yung masin de tirgal, way sige ta tirgal mgegare ngalget. Tirgal dia kasal nungi cloud ngi tira takura kor, tum sel bong sel dur sige del piding. Ito totir klima ada blirim tedire glo tirak leng jakate el mutel mga do leng lakar segir mo segida malon tigel mertel lobis sekara PD wasem tira ngalget tiram tar absus peangnya sekala sem au over California kat maklir tial makasasel bela sulang
ya mal masaule senator tabalwal yakal ora kadepos ngamra tel obisa public defender sa gibang presenter mora minister of finance ay lagi dum dekel concern mlamot telal tikal diyor salary ra aul na sa dum ako na tokol adal me warrior kada mo sa tel list tedey plus tikal administrative staff or tier mo tamor sel got kurbabal sabil within the means and dako giklen dagim Dagi mo libo sa martika ng Aurora, California. I would like also to have the PD also make comments on the plea guilty deal, whether you just come into the door, you're too busy, so our option is to plead guilty.
Alidik to di se minister en se dia kakang gester en kalaf. Dia kalingi. Na momreglo mrail. Akti duli lo sing nawai sei. So about the kind of good cleaning, kal ang artiang amal. All I'm saying is you have nothing to do with this. It's all his fault. So you can relax.
Ya, kamal misaw lang senator aktir ba understand tem lokoning tem lombre kayan lombre. Ding nga tika ko tabla ni lombre. Number twice po makapsur already. To try to accommodate as much as possible our other methods from door tir. Maas marangal nga degal ulmong tamal manisel part of mas community awareness. Prevent tarangal kung most of it more California. Nga tika degal mal baktaw to single gira nga ngaliged mo. Hindi ka lakal om das or other way allowed to. Kamal misaw lang senator
Alin po, Senate President, del po nga floor leader Erdabel.
Thank you very much for coming to Palau and defend our people. We're running out of attorneys. That's why we have to bring you to come to Palau and help us. So I thank you for your willingness to come to Palau and help our public defender office. How long have you been here?
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. I've been here for almost 2 years now.
2 years. Watigini mugo na pitu?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. How many cases have you settled so they go to jail? And how many cases have you settled so they don't go to jail?
I really don't have the exact number at the top of my head, but I can honestly tell you I've signed more plea agreements than going to trial. I say that because most of the cases that come, when we first go to court, the first thing is we only take, it's called the arraignment date. So that's when the defendant just goes in and either pleads guilty or not guilty. But then I always advise them to plead not guilty because I haven't received the discoveries yet from the AG's office, the prosecutor. When I say discoveries, these are all documents pertaining to the investigation of the case. All the statements taken by the police officers that were involved, witnesses, if there were any pictures taken, those are all given to me on the arraignment date. So on the arraignment date, we plead not guilty. Then the prosecutor gives me the discoveries, and then we'll ask the judge to give us another date, probably in 2 to 3 weeks' time. And then between that time, I will then go through all the discoveries with the defendant, and then we will be in a better position to decide whether it is good to go to trial or take the plea agreement, looking at the evidence that's there. If we have a fighting chance, then yes, I will surely advise the defendant that we go to trial and fight it. But if the evidence is overwhelming, then I'll do my best to negotiate a plea agreement which mitigates the sentence as much as I can. I believe all defendants throughout my 2 years, the only thing they want is that they don't want to go to jail. So I'll always negotiate with the prosecutor. Why don't we remove the jail time, let him pay a fine, do some community service. If it's a traffic offense, we'll suspend his license for a year or 2. If it has to do with domestic violence, probably a mitigating factor there for them not to go to jail, we'll tell the defendant to stay away from the victim, that they not live together anymore. That will probably try and mitigate domestic violence cases.
Thank you.
So that's the scenario on a day-to-day basis. In terms of these 2 categories of how we receive cases, those are citations. The citations come in those minor offenses, normally traffic offenses, disorderly conduct. So those minor offenses comes in citations, and citations are always handled on every Wednesday, every week. And we are handling almost 15 to 20 citations in a week. So imagine 15 citations yesterday, we took a date for 2 weeks to 3 weeks time for the citations this week. And from the 2 to 3 weeks, we are getting 15 every week they're in. So it's just piling up. It's never reducing.
Do you need more attorneys in your office? And how many, if you say, how many you need?
There is a position currently open for another attorney. On our organization chart, we've been approved to have 4 attorneys, that's including myself and 3 assistants. Right now it's just myself and 2 assistants. So there's 1 vacant position. We've put out, even though when I first got into Palau, it was just me. I was running the office by myself for 6 months. And then we managed to get 1 attorney who was already in Palau. So we saved the expenses there in terms of her travel costs. She was already in Palau. So we saved money with that. The second assistant, we had put out an advertisement for almost 9 months, no one applied. Normally I followed the procedure that I wanted to get an attorney from the United States. 1 applied, but he was not happy with the salary package. He felt that it was not enough. So we told him, unfortunately, we can only offer you with what's in our budget. So we had to decline his expression, and I had to hire 1 from Fiji again. Right now there's 1 vacant position, but we don't have as of this time, we don't have the budget to hire another one. But the Office of the Public Defender, at any point in time, needs all the lawyers we need. If it's 5, 6, it's most welcome. But right now, working within our budget, we are managing with the workload.
How much salary do you offer for hiring?
When I was hired, I was offered 45,000 plus housing allowance that comes to another 10K.
Housing plus housing allowance?
Yes, but I am the last expect to be receiving that. After my contract is renewed, they are removing that housing. They are just putting that amount on top of my salary so that it looks attractive. That's how we managed to hire our previous assistant.
Thank you. So, if you can hire from Fiji, go ahead and hire. I'm not your boss, so I don't say hire, but we need the attorney to fill up your office so you can defend our young people who are convicted. Are there more convicted on drugs? So you defend how many? Like,
Yes, for drug cases, it has enormously dropped due to COVID because of the borders closing. I respectfully say, there is no one cooking drugs here. So it's coming in from somewhere. So due to COVID, it had decreased. It's picking up again since the borders have opened. Apart from United, there's another airline coming in. So yes, there's the activity in terms of drugs has picked up again because the borders have opened.
Well, if you will be able to hire from Fiji, hire somebody who can defend our young guys so they don't go to jail. It's our problem when we have young guys, young people to go to jail in their first offense or whatever, because once they have a bad record, they are not allowed to travel outside of Palau looking for some good opportunities. So thank you very much for your service, and now we can understand that you need more. So it's up to your minister to put the budget for maybe 1 or 2 attorneys in your in the Office of Public Defender. Thank you for your service here in Palau.
Thank you, President. May I also add, if we are in the near future to hire more attorneys, I'm looking at also hiring a support staff, especially for my administrative assistant. She handles everything in terms of budgeting, in terms of money, how things are supposed to be spent. And her name is Augustina. She's been with the Office of the Public Defender for 34 years to date now, would mark her 34th year. And I believe she'll be retiring soon, so we're hoping to hire one assistant for her to teach this new one before she retires. And also in terms of our investigator, we only have one investigator. His name is Earl. He's been with the Public Defender's Office since 1991, so this year would make it 28 years. He requested that if he could have an assistant and a female, because our defendants comes in both sexes, so he feels sometimes when he's dealing with cases where the defendant is female, it's a little bit harder for him to try and connect and talk and get information. So he felt that he needs an assistant, and especially to be a female. Also, for him to train as well. I'm looking at, this is for the purpose, for the longevity of the office, so that when people retire, there's still staff there to try and carry on with the day-to-day operation of the office. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Aldabel will ask question.
So that, Chair, basically, Senate President has asked most of my questions, so I have just a few. So given, well, and thank you, first of all, for being able to come and assist Palau as the Vice President. The President, the Senate said that we're really running out of people who are in the legal field to fill up these key positions of the government. So thank you for that. But my question is, for your 2 years that you're serving as Palau's public defender, based on your assessment of the workload, and I think you answered part of it, do you see a need to hire additional lawyers or additional attorney to assist with the workload so that your clients don't get to wait a long time or end up forcing themselves to hire more expensive private lawyers to defend them from the crimes that they are alleged? That's the first question.
Yes,
If you can just share your personal assessment of the workload and how you are planning to address the workload that you have.
In terms of the workload for my 2 years here, it does. The number is, it'll just keep increasing. There's cases coming in every day in, day out, week in, week out. So we try and again for me and my students, I always tell them, when you're handling each and every case, to make sure customer satisfaction, not to force anyone to sign a plea agreement just because you have one trial this week, another trial next week, and you feel a little bit congested or overworked, that you take your frustration out on your client just to tell them, just sign it so that we can get it over with. No, that is not the case. We always ensure customer satisfaction, that he is willingly and freely signing that document, the plea agreement, and that he's not forced to plead guilty. If he decides to want to go to trial, we will go.
Can you share with the committee the sort of idea what's the bulk of your workload? Is it mostly minor traffic cases, or what is the makeup of all your cases?
In terms of the majority of backload of cases, yes. Driving under the influence, that's right at the top of the list. That comes in, yes, on a daily basis. Driving under the influence. Also, for juveniles, it's especially in Koror, curfew violations. They're out at night after 10 p.m., unsupervised. Apart from, also, I think for domestic violence cases, so this would have to be an assault, but they'd have to be related somehow in a relationship, marriage. So I also find it there, it's an alcohol-related problem. It could be the guy went and party, came home, no dinner cooked, throws his frustration out on his partner or wife, they get into an argument, the lady calls the cops. It's always, most of my cases, it's all alcohol related. So I think that's, one of the, I'm not going to say anything more. I might shoot myself in the foot for me to comment on saying that this lovely country has an alcohol problem. But the statistics speaks for itself. So again, like I said, most of my cases are alcohol-related problems.
Okay, so it looks like there's like a routine type of
yes,
crime.
It's a routine type of crime. Also the defendants too. It's just a certain amount of group that are coming in that they have normally cases on a regular basis. So I don't know, it's something to do with, again, I don't want to say anything more, I might shoot myself in the foot. It's probably something to do with probably the PBS, probably some of them, they issue citations based on how they know that person. He probably had an argument before, so if I get a chance to issue him a citation, I will issue it. Or sometimes if they meet a relative, they might not do so. But again, I'm not going to comment further. But yeah, it's the offenses are circulating the same, and also the defendants, familiar faces.
Okay, that's good enough. So my next point is that given that most of the majority of your cases are basically routine, is it possible to utilize people like Earl, your assistant? What do you call their position? But is it possible to utilize them to be the one to represent these people? Because once it's become a routine, I think basically people, not necessarily a full-fledged attorney, can represent these people. And maybe that kind of assessment I think you need to kind of be looking at just for cost-saving purposes.
Yes, in terms of, I believe where you're coming from is in terms of rehabilitation. So in terms of the judiciary system, in sentencing a defendant, you have deterrence, which is either the fine or go to jail. And then you have rehabilitation. So the rehabilitation doesn't either come under the Office of the Public Defender or under the Ministry of State. So that's the major problem. There's no facility for these people to go and get rehabilitation from in terms of alcohol problem or drug problems. Some cases where if the defendant, if it's a drug related, if I say marijuana related, and they're not capable of understanding the proceedings of what's going on, the judge may issue that he may go get an assessment from behavioral health. 1 times out of 10, the behavioral health would then come back to us and say that our facility is full at the moment, so we cannot take in any more people. So this person has to go and wait in Koror jail till a spot opens at behavioral health just for him to go and get an assessment. So now we're going into Ministry of Health now. So yeah, the major thing to deter these people, the same people from keep coming to my office is they're not getting the proper rehabilitation.
Okay, I think that's good enough. My last question is there do you also defend non-citizens?
Sorry?
Do you defend non-citizens?
No, non-citizens.
Non-Palawan citizens?
Yes.
You also defend them?
Yes.
What's the portion of non-citizens that you provide service to? What percent of your clientele are non-citizens, non-Palawan citizens?
Are non-Palawan, I believe it'd be 5%. Yeah. I'd probably get 1 to 2 every fortnight for non-Palawan citizens.
Okay, and I would assume that it's mostly maybe like a labor-related.
Yes, labor-related, or some of them to traffic offense.
Okay. Thank you. And very last, in your contract, do you get like home leave?
Yes, I am given annual leave.
Annual leave.
It works on pro rata basis.
But
So
does the office pay you like home leave, paid vacation to go back home and for a leave? Is there a provision in your contract?
No, no, I just apply for annual leave and go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, on page 159, you have your number of cases, and 2021 and 2022, the number of cases was very high compared to 2023. 2023 number of cases is like 10% of what you did last year. Is how does that that means you don't need another attorney. It's your level of work is like 10% of last year.
Yeah, I'm expecting it for it to pick up because we were almost going into the second quarter of the year and nearing festive seasons. I'm expecting it to pick up. So this number we're sitting at right now, this would be somewhere we would be sitting at same time last year.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it's just a big disparity of numbers. That means maybe there's less cases and you can handle the work. We just want to make sure the number of cases you're handling match the number of people in your office. But we do understand your request for another attorney, you're requesting for another investigator, and you're requesting for an administrative officer for the longevity of the office. Is that right?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you. Please submit an amount of request with those details, and give us why the number of cases is only 10%. It's already half of the year, right? Okay. So we want that report from you. Minister, ako ulit an extra agenda, the skip almora number 13 en gura malore at number 13 algongari appointment ringi ma tungu number 13 al mo next ra public defender margong ya after number 13 the bora number 10 asuman di wile minister sulang orang lagirel or ngarinya kora ay cartel arrangement or sub LYC.
Ja, mal de wil besulen ja sig lottor.
Mang tiya ka page lang passport office. Hindi ka report ta passport office. 150 o 170. Okay. Kapong minister.
Ja, mal msaule. Madam Chair, pada mara tel mara passport office makmal teorit masik mal di terul ad order sel al time. Esel increase direct mal di increase ra salary setir. Ya, kilo ka details ak payolit makma dalam sa Miss Louis mobile pon so detail officer passport magel ko program sing mabrede at time.
Kamal masulang chair, ya obviously the passport tawa sila ko na minister, tadi terul ada audio ring al time. Esel dimla kangod al census ra budget ra kamam din si le budget level. Hindi gidil si dim longot ring sel 4% el sili saba. Dimla kangod al gim request el morangi dil activity obis sa passport. Yung kamal merang sululit te ulong laway segi ya sel revolving fund and middle lim lola mandim na kang segid or trap office ra passport elang I can other budgets tadi nga ada budget tadi nga administration.
Okay, mang kabalgulak mula say sel ngartial proposed al budget adi al rogil budget rakaw kukring sel passport fund adi al provide abe biraw to tring sel bol mota keng tela rogil.
Why say el atial budget elang maldi sel liliak kaldi budget operation office. A budget fund ay liak la account teringi. Munti kalulta kal sel tiang.
Sel passport fund ang rang marula.
Sel passport fund sel la altilo bet olbira kululaw. Maldi mum ara pa kadali la passport mabuk sem barkong.
Okay, mangkurang nga tela nga auto trail al 2023 el amotela nga 2024.
El altam udaw del milki mo bar el altam nga report kama mersira April sel $107,654 sel nga passport fund.
Bulgok maseng lamo ina fal maarabe sal passport Michael Umospe mandi ka
Why say?
Tel budget rawa sa belti o sisi.
Hindi sige da ulagi dili se dilo sisiu adi Mariana 83,000 expenditure sa 2020,000 or 2023 emlom ara 3,000 al passport tilgim expected al week. Mang we're good el al time. Adi gimolingit teringi sige del budget rakam to sisiu ora sel gukti operation office pulsab el olbira kalula al konger sel 4% tra salary. Lubang kel tegi del budget rakamam. Tegi del sel budget pre-submit niya president del mergamiu. Adim na sisyo ale pala kamam 99,000. Ingin no sel 4,000. 4% del sili sumum 106. Inya di kangot al kimolingit del expense.
Albo Senator Sangpang.
Administrator ang ngaring selmle kora tokoy ra nga mo hindi ko tingin masing laamle minister korte ikadokora milsa daigele kung chip mo regal passport sing lam walo mo dia kada stamp mo dia kal require of the dolale tokorigid ngaway nga kan mo true ra telal passport mo obra mo kada marawa kwaming telal numbers ra nga alchetial kumda sa lola Bising kam kora, semua dice, kadang malam pol muit yang, kadang muit tel apply nguk chen sa number kau, adang sing ngara koram le om sodol segi de, where are we on that one?
Why say, gal passport adi ak chen sa number nga pe kaltamel to apply ba es. Segi de mo kor sing og chip, el altam nga kama minister ma director of foreign affairs, amo do lorior lobogela embassy ra Miguel, ma embassy Australia. Mala specs lagi passport tertilo sing makalagi mo uriol kire lagi convert tra passport tergi mo o passport di wan lagi mo igagi da rokoy ese ospe legislation ol bira kalulaw el moruli sa kadmosen sa passport tergi mo passport.
Okay, and me kora utal truga dire minister me gulingit tergi matrigal guk pedesis bebela la kalo magiger tel passport tergi lo wala bas tampir. Kami remember ko tira stamper ko mong magigitel passport ul mo kami ko kalim makatengin po ul mo damara igal passport akbral maloko minister de ko de kasi nga ul mo tamruringi el takadame tira stamper ngi kasi merbela wala ka merakal mera balwam ko oy mandi ako de amak kunit mo address say etagida last degree tirigel Dulu kasi takadawa po the naturalized tilmo citizen mang mail mang ngalgal other belaw hindi mail citizen na kaparat. Nga sila applying mandi ka birth certificate tingin mo bang makarang kom di omes birth certificate tamalan how do you issue tel passport ingal document requiring issue sel passport mo ni.
Kamal masawle senator, adal apply passport required by law, ba supporting document ringi. Sel may adal outside, hindi ka boleh naturalize ringi. Le sera boleh la sera conventional, constitutional conventional, release la al mualaw multiple citizenship, yamlo di ka naturalize raat. Adal ngariya sel other belaw, el magel, adi other belaw. Yarokul adal apply passport require a birth certificate tertir. Let's say, ang alagay kami rectal belaw, yung tinggi mo require ringil mulu asing require a birth certificate ringi, Mar other ablil di kal other did na kal meler belaw. If we go all the way back al more motra kala citizenship ra other mol mutre gel el other belaw.
Sige da a mobile process.
Why say?
Ilag igil al sukum ngel ngal kal rir outside. Mangumelo ba kasi nga ka parent ring gigida other belaw. Magara kumlumutan kumadangik masingking
Semdu rodeli other belaw other fungot al bulit rodeli other belaw.
Ko ngam labong gila other belaw mong other belaw a question ra ko sel sukum how do you prove ra gigida al ngal ngara outside documents most of the time ang seal the administrator. I'm trying to get more understand that and this is just there's no specific case so mo ko ra ga tioge ngiling pasal sukuma letchak ngara ngabard matatal kira ngabard dia ka magiro do lang al kurak me wa iro nga munda kamsal madek masinggal asab el kwasing malal ngal galaw mi clearly most of the time I gel ba binera ma gel morengel dia ka mo ngalia yes seal dia ka sa elo to da korto. Okay, mek tu kasak mel apla passport ringi. Is that possible? El tokoy el dia kamo dengi kom issue passport mo.
Sel suguma ada apply passport ya gi require birth certificate ringi. Sel omo be sa gel birth certificate nga na section ringi look la civil action or ngidil klela document el settlement degree de ley. Mal sugum ka rin dili ada ngod al ikama mo require birth certificate ringi gidil para kul sa protect document ringi.
Sulang akora di try legal ang mal na mo blakatak even metal BSL agreement ra compacta. Akum da sit taman lo specify way gay gideling asel issue ra martial aul mang tel agreement talilug tel lagi belum katak legal kwasing ngire man lo other belar tagi der ra mal ubang halgira other belaw mo dia kal sabe del gora mo malar other mel gota sirisen mo so isbam rigel maul makura di
mal de ko bigi clear al uta mal di ras bela mo di kad para martial.
Tingway say dia kakpal di gagi ko ra di kultaw dia ka specific case usak pal palong bragal katila. Sulang
Senator Talams.
Sula Ministerio de Budget di ngara passport. Selobora passport es el page 32. Yang melgot na siya citizen na adrelawa under a protection of Luram Legal. Loltira ka Article 1 Section 625 nakampakta Free Association. Ngral protection al beskida adra Luram Legal. Aldom seguid el language sang asel passport.
Ma'am Sala, Senator Talams. Sel article masel protection refer morning. I get travel, I get any value of owning anya missions ram rigel. El bonya ko ram sak the second approach sa US embassy lo pasegi del passport raw. Mong sibila sister citizen gid al travel as long as nganya a mission ram ram rigel and sebelum ngulmo mas maka other belaw tiagi da protection under this article to Giri will provide a service of assist other belaw.
Kerdirga nombre gra kampat negotiation e minister. E mergoya kumese seguid el language na passport tergide. Akora ndasak maigang giren mo niya talgibel detail information kung rural services provide consulate office am regel mergi. Ok mo maadada mora o ablura Italy. O mora ablura UK. Ermi. Se del notifier akan sa letra Miguel Malve embassy tira effort tira musigra ada awalo sigar adra bluna Miguel serida adra bluri.
Why say Senator? Se bedo requested tir masem assistant kamam leng de kamin sa kamam ma resources et tiagi del agreement del laboria se bil tir provide the services American.
Lasta go follow up minister ngaring gel puigra huriping puigra belom la Philippine emergoetam da meng mogul bus Emergom lani a effort ra private attorney mar other bela lo sikrolel. Emnon mora embassy lo dad sabela embassy gidal le help. Seng lani a teliu laskara US embassy le help per gidal mom sangi gidal other bela.
Tila kay sa utong liam refer mo niya senator. Ngal ada al simrel al time. Adi se pero le embassy la di mo chegari basen nga dia kalmal the treat the equally with prisoners the sul time and dia get respect ra ula blue mang agim la motel agim approach ra embassy trial work on out some sort of deal hindi to mas dia gibam accept ra any entertainer ang idil process it all time ma badali tilagi sa mosadari mula ma tilagi approach ra embassy abina Department of Foreign Affairs ra fi huriping ma embassy gid mula approach it to mas el time and dia already entertain a request gid
Sulang na mo tayo question ma passport office mang asap ML excuse yourself passport office.
Komal masaula. Sulang yung minister.
Okay, Minister, so we can move on. The Mora Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, malway siguro di kung tele. Kaya Director Antol malhukubol, skimia brief description ra Bureau ringi. Open for any questions and comments sa gilo. Ma'am Saula.
Sulang Minister, Ma'am Saula, wilitasil se Madam Chair, Senator Inabo ma susun mora President ra Senate ma Vice President ma members ra committee. Sel mo mesra sil submission ra budget request ra kamra 2024 en a level ra budget ra kama mahal do sisingi ma 2023 adimlo difference ringi say gidel $60 across the board mang wal ngaringa 43,000 el increase leng 12 our current staff ra Bureau of Foreign Affairs le mentionne Madam Chair was umlaria question was mlos mitra president mesawar budget termiro omei kama mambaral mitra president ma minister of finance mar minister se rogo yem le present budget ma request ra mortir endit yagidia mamlaria gel nitser mamal gimul altertir endit yagidia bel submitringa president mang dakal so mamal mo mesawar agimo ko andra may na president agibo mo sa igel ko pam gilim submit el moringi edim la dingam le decide el submit el tiagi del budget el mergamiu akdi isogalo ay se president la senate wase kamama moringi reorganization ra a Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade ang aramong endim le one director martel chief el angagi ngaringar fiable chief ngela Bureau of Foreign Affairs three amla occupy emde la tul diram el mofil ma al sugum magi mohair ade ya ba chetra mama kaleng amorngia short fallernia endra next fiscal ye gida klung el bulgaria question ko kire la performance sa amal malasmal insert mam tirgal chief madrigal minister state
Director ako di all nito sa kamkura illegal division sa 5 may kiyang kurang ngar alil carousel division sa nga yung ngaral division ang ngaring ya chiver ngi ang ngaral division natin
okay sulang chair. So ngaring of course hindi lang ngaring division ra protocol gigida le Lorida Madrid gaya chibringil elang. And then ngaring sil division ra US and the Americas. Sige da ko chibringil gigidel Shelly de mga saw. Ngarinya division ra Africa, ma Caribbean, ma EU, ma Europe, ma Eurasia, sebe ikan tadika adal ngaringin elang. Ma direkal division ra UN and Pacific Affairs, adika adal ngaringin. Ay gagi direkal division na gi tirga sumong baringar chief, at tirga nga FSO agi promoter til mo chief. Ay gel division na sumong baringar chief ringin dekar FSO ma tirga di chief el mru lauriore dekar Indian artirma ulak kora cancer del wasiagi al sumber nga hiring ra kama magila mo close shortfall ra kama ra etc.
El vote Senator Aldavel.
Sula direktor reporter bureau gide mang question ak na sem elal laka ngania agency ra gide tablol ngania adal assign del cook OMS ay gigil ngaralila ay gigil division alo betan di structural exist di akar adal wal kora.
Okay, ngay say ngani gigil tul division al begant magi omi aurera mara existing staff especially gigil terul chief one chief al akabara tul division magukwan akabara tu edregal sub il cook across responsibilities. Ring dekal division under the ding gi magasay magi trial ka para gi rogul ngal sa kasam.
Ndaka ula ko kasi gidin ako tralo siguro ng tial report performance report kami. Ko adak salma sa so that mo understand ayel ko kwal ko workload ay gidel ka carousel divisions. May gel da anticipate el berrede la urior el mo ngara gay gidel el division sa mo sabe del gorama mo ni idea gidek mase ngania urgency ra hiring malubeng ngania neither additional staff el mo support tigel mo chiefs sigida ko asad el mom dangali makumna se bol sabe ele di kami sel ko amla mention mase kumla ka kami ma presidente ako kulder city ay gidel without funding support mo ray gid wal vacancy mang kuk ngani o sikala presidente masil al tulo mesra tretele la structure obise do lasamal matchingil mo ray gel level ra workload pa anidra igal obise already katam na create lo structure ako na sang mo real time al sumong necessary the mere filegel position ng upmo yung supplemental process and for now kumda sa idea kami tiala si sual mom dang link masing ala kada fund ay gigid del vacancy ng aniya ko ramom tamal malubenda.
Ya sel adim lakal question amne comment ma noted.
Senator Song.
So there we andi ako din sa lokal siya. Sa director ang ariya kung mention ay gigil division se ngariya ko ramle particular reason kung kukuram le ko prioritize ra US North Central ma South America ak malokol way selling namon nga embassy ra Australia ngartiang ko ramal local to ra Indo-Pacific ko ramal ibay ngariya Asia Pacific Affairs Daka ako nga siya, hotel kasi kung prioritize ra, kaya gila Fiji, we open ringi, akugir kasi, daka siya siya ba imubungin mo siya instead ra, bay, nga niya ambassador gila nga siya, seriously asking, direction, nga raul mo kung lepig siya rather than the other. Oh, at sukum siya, mara, minister.
Ma'am Saule, Senator Sangabaw, adik ko ulmay dia prioritize the division ng kanya siyali tel tora compact plus tel klolo marar Amerika lam mo start maral may so they don't necessarily go to the embassy in Washington DC may the total embassy Amerika tengal mera foreign affairs ministry of state tikagi dia accommodate the same they understand the tel concern about the Australian embassy ngartiang tangartiang direct do shoot time aurora ada kalbol makasay. Di ko mal buto clothing They deal with us on a bilateral basis, and they're also their regional programs. The Fandagal regional organizations, regional activities, direct mo overwhelmed, additional workload mo tikal adabang imalo nito was understand tang amo the process bang sige da ulma tumle prioritize it tell US leng sige o mal evokit tel ngartiag o mes mele alak deka dil to kal soldaw mol mo tratora tikale kwado se kodel tika congressional delegations umel belaw other American bang imal be highly based on high priority alginela blura American Michael baby ra blura Americas amsulang kulitra
Minister malungila gidele rational se gidak mal dolngi to rasal sukum ngaria next album bol so elmo poda haringi ebol kukul focus at tagi del over the other ones yesa pode sa gel Europe mangranding maybe tagi del Asia Pacific region bol longerung bayungil kano mention sel mom sadra compact le umnari atara leadership meeting ya akne mention tel mora president maybe appropriate bornya office of gora tagi del tora compact mendiakal kukti sel the review ngaringing diluk kaseng gilenge maybe tagi del ka focus nya seli asab el maybe mo partner ngi minister mo kamal misaul lo mention ngi mang kadam bolon mo aware ay gidel ko details al setel compact al other focus nya manguk kanya time el sum kanya questions ra olbil sab el lo rin ngi gid makaul me ko ra sulak
ya kamram misaul senator.
So nga Minister, so we can move on and mura Bureau of Domestic Affairs. O halil po nga Senator mga sawi. Mura
Sulang chere Minister kung kuram lo mention na presence gidra egal respectable balu ma kuradi reminder gidra Geneva ngaringa kura effort gidel mo ngaringa presence gidra sayak madengel over the years ng ngaringa ang suadal monti kadum tengel sa Switzerland tamal takay mang emol kuradi update gidel waseng katakirel ger say gidel kuk tokora presence gidra Geneva.
Maram Saule, Senator, nganya auriol gire la adal mo, cell government Switzerland are willing to pay for the building for about 3 years of that. So, hindi ka di provide our staff. At time ang aktir ka negotiator ka adal mo. Very important to cell Geneva nganya human rights. Malungil location e pekmedra France ma EU. Makamal masal bring it up dia ko gik senator nganya urol marela mo dura adal malas mo global mora Switzerland se de malungil strategic basol bonia atadal ngari maram saul
lari nga komentar ka Senator Tabelwal.
So sira Mr. Wasak lado de kertial ma direktora bo foreign affairs asing ngunyam komkoram lamo mo baikal blue ugertir. Tisedo dolito se bodrek ngil te alle bodrek foreign affairs ma domestic affairs boda kawangem direk ko war kro ra blue ra adra blue to ka to makarger de ikadam meudul mamdei mal ube radol biya ulak mal ra blue mukadam mormeng sra kulara le meger adrone rase seguida itiagi del gmukto la sen Waldo na so iso pa. O bitian amre kamiulol siya klaba belngire melartirat muil. Di gumda sa komdirek lol ngito sim komdirek inform adra blu say ngara kordam matamakarang. Gumda sing amal ngira lom urel al wai segi dem bol to kargik lom adra blu lo dangay. Esel wai segi dem wal kora tian tar adra blu tin okra blu kora kosovak leng rting kosovak rti ya loger ndiado dangay. Mal melulu rumina se bolsi ku koramo aria regular announcement terkemiu malu ben cloud la pekel toy mal mu tegal maklaul trogre mar adra ngo glu akti nga freshman mung dak sal madangai di sesel club sel kartiang e komrumula toy e gi mu rani se mo madangai e kemi om terbelau e kama matang okrol bira kolon muyuan yuse yo kakargelo se seng makara akumda seng la ungin busula po ungin busudar adra blu yang klo tutele sida mal donti
Maram Saule, Senator Tabelwal, kudora o yung related na foreign affairs ma by clothing ngara labay ngara Bureau of Archives and Media di ko lingit tara director ngira mag team di bol so di sa part tara ko to kara announcement to mga public.
Ang malmasaule Senator Tabalwal ang ulmor eli Ministry of State kal Bureau agimlo adadu malmol mlastar ta news lo ay sa hidro will nga foreign affairs sama mga domestic affairs el mera mga rilbelaw adara nga rilbelaw announce braboy.
Okay, Minister, we can move on. Almora Bureau of Domestic Affairs.
Saulet, Madam Chair, I say kung ti kung tete alam sa kaya dali Miss Eunice Agiwang kaya Director at Bureau of Domestic Affairs malukok pas kami kaya dali briefing ma overview ra bureau ringi.
Malungilita Silsmar Adrokoy, Senate President, Madam Chair, members of senators, malungilita Silsa. Umal masular tete alal me kukopira matamiu, smadaurelam. Oy, agal tablo Bureau of Ministry of State, ako rakme del OCC wa budget presentation ng il alier. Nung nga te alam al mitra President, submit el budget request sa Mama Finance. Unfortunately, el budget year, el year ang awal way sa lulukurin nga counterpart ng Foreign Affairs, ading ilas adil ple longas a President tay kay del annual increment sir adil el $60 mga walpol 4,000 na tala. Rest operation at dimle remain as is. Misal mo ya budget variance rama mawal dil 25,000 madaringel 25,226 el ngarsel payroll sa ira salary and budget ya rest remain as is. Sulang malngari nga kere
Masulang Director Agiwo agi sel domestic expenditure level Bureau of Domestic Affairs fiscal year FY 2023 wal qadir ka 44% sa hidam le budget ra FY 2023 which is 180,000 wa mura dim la spend ra half ngi na mo ka 3 quarters ra a fiscal year ma kigoro ogiral wasing. Do you need the money or ngara issue ra domestic affairs?
Kamam sulang Madam Chair, sel 44% tamne level ramam ragim ngara second or third quarter. Ila ngara second month of the fourth quarter, ma actual FAR ramam ngara 55. So it comes to about 51,000. I'll cover until December. And then Siragurura FAA nga yakne learner at financial wase because we pay some of our bills quarterly and the bills are maplal pay up to par. We're behind on 2 months. Let the pay by quarter. So sell actual FAA I remove about 55 to 57% right now. Yung 161,000 actual budget ma'am. Tilal 44% akum na sing siragim submit budget ma'am ma finance. So I think it was second or third quarter. Oy, said 44%. The lagi by actually ngara 55 to 57%. Yeah, actual finance sige ngara 51,000.
Okay. Tila nga employees ra Bureau ka?
6. So they will include a pay period and more up to 26 pay period. Pay period the remaining el alier. Oo, nakal up to 26.
The report ka orasin di for a position sa field. Baluak masangar nga as an employees raw.
Why say? Since ragim submit el agi del report del albang, agim namor nga chief, manmutal one ra administrative assistants. Manahel per ma'am, may the division of state and na resume may galurele la domestic affairs attend legal public hearings, mapachet, sessions sa house, o mansular sa partnership, o may maging mutan mira gallery attend legal session, meron lagi del information, public information and marabwal, lolo Senator Tabalwal mang update our other bills sa albang, may lampas, may regulations sa executive branch nga raom rule.
Ma'am Sulang kalil mo nga Senate President.
Minister tirgal lauro rogo lapangem tirgal idal nga tadi nga tangara contract at tangara civil service.
Tadi civil service rogo.
Civil service rogo Hindi ka kardiogel ang gukmul change administration ito mamrega rogo ulal lauro mo kardi make sure it tangara civil service ta continue lauro ito kabul marega.
Okay, Director, beluk masih al 6 ang sab iwala mulai kay Lureliw.
A division of state will fulfill most of its position. Matrigagi del man na mo ngaragal attend a session. Agi del man na pick up aurela ngaragal state legislature, which is finished 16 state assessment. It help partiral ngaragal sessions. To attend ngaragal sessions, work with House of Delegate others ngaragal gap capacity gap para sessions at state legislatures at the state level. Hindi tamaman mo obis sa Presidente el Araxel lulor nga Minister State Division of Gender. Seguida el angaway al baaw isel bulker sen ne request ra maman mara a finance mo Presidenta amo establish seguida el Division of Gender. Agi nga songos. Maulgo magi mo hara tirigan mo ra Division of Gender. Ito ay del lutong niya Presidenta, di kal address tigel future other vacancies so maman mo address.
Okay, ngara makumospera Division of Gender, ngara alela domestic affairs ra kora gender issues.
So, ogi al administration, a division of gender amle transition and mera domestic affairs, a division of media, at top den mo parta archives. May lang urelel segi del division el implementer sa gender mainstreaming policy belaw. Ooy. Ay adire kal parter sa gender mainstreaming policy belaw, adire kal highlight the support ra FPA. Family Protection Act and nga Ministry of Health. Sige da kuraklo lurelel sa gender mainstreaming policy.
Kulungite Madam Chair kodin mutel the Division of Gender adiregal apartra maklo rolerela coordinate egal pek podingela agencies will implement issues that deals with gender development. Nganya FPA nganya nga officer ministry wala matuol women, children, minister, division, coordinate tegal tegal ad. Nunjakal dibol adam maurerel, tie into that gender policy lo sa kanya director agiwo. Wong gimla mit tegal other local partners, and that's what also to recommend the kamam. Masinggirin nganya one officer wal gora help coordinate tabrera morogui. leng sumangnya so amin nga outside the foreign affairs mo domestic affairs mortir mo tu ada do ulge la ge gidul degal territorial gender ada deal restricted as you know the national government it goes to the state governments mo communities so we try to align ge gidul territorial other domestic affairs
jakti ogerle sera budget hearing lo mangela Ministry of Justice et dire kalmle sorry el kukmaria funding el mora tehid el FPA lol nga se wartira kora public awareness mang dire kalngaria division ra youth ra programmers say mang we want to make sure we're not funding the same thing el kora so maybe a coordinator ramal those pairing aron gakutingin sa material programs but we're concerned with that.
Yak mal saule senator at chairman o chair seguida direct obrera direct our mo prevent mandir do lang so outside the men there the fund those issue programs for everybody there the duplicate tawing so basically tingang streamline ay galgol nga sul mortir ma communications balso mong sir mo lokoring concern coordinator kay gidel ngeso ek balonit mo degal tenga gender or division na degal open sa help the process
minister ngoram le mo ba obis ra gender ra silmle MCCA le kora Ministry of State ay gil funding ang marsen dim nakal move le kor kami okay all right tarakarma ma kumkora timora house de komera senate session mang agigor oger gil say and then agidre lome sa financial report sa state government na mabto ka issues ringi hindi ko nga laseng taang sa el help pal address ay gigit leng ngungil address raw era bodola ra office ra public auditor ma special prosecutor mot moral selma akurati oger sa ihide minister sulang
mal masulang oy agi mlemi sa selwan al wandera session ng overlap some of our activities mang damlo de kalsip in mersegi del sales hindi continue especially gal budget hearing agi dire kal publicize tel schedule dire kal help tel guk mera albang rami and then I got Tora State Finance right now ngaring governance strengthening program under Division of State Oriolo Bangala Minister of Finance ma auditor el gilt makli ako alwal model el public finance management standard operating procedure Rabalur for state governments el Altama Division of State I work with auditor and maragal balu lol others sa public finance management operation tir emlus are into SOP procedure selol tira karingi yung mitayero ul ma requirements ma regulation ra audits ma state black grant ma seguida ko ra real maral so direkal mo sa imra auditor legi gegi dia wayal gegi obisa auditor gegi dia expert telurior gimo oban maruringi magi selgi mol tengra urior kimrol out ra program ra blue agi direkal follow ra schedule ra auditor maral ending mal kura wal kura soro direkal gire del operation regal state direkal gire del era para start urior gire del direkal ngua support ra gobernador ma aspigera ma amara del la blue ngari urior maral ending Ulgum nga sabet mo hospital.
Kalbo presenta senete di kalbo madre sa mang makarang el motal gibel spido because gimome sa ikal audit report and dir ka FY 2018 ma 2016 ma 2019 igida namin at 2023 so wayal nga niya problem igida do ol ibros nga taringi ede pere malutal mangal mo o serious problem ma-akti iswakal articulator sa hidal mal clol concern ng Senate trail all time Senate President ang hamentring
Hindi may molingit bom misasil financial structure son sorol. Neng misasil black grant mura son sorol itungul mo mergo la create taigel for municipality ya basiludo do mirtir mong model sebe la cover no low spare sel total amount tra grant mura son sorol. Way al issue ra constitution or bela uma constitution or tir bomesang en way al sel black grant tamol full amount el girel ngara under state itirang mingira igel for municipality mesel enda ireng diaudu de la governor lor tra a state rason sorol ege del full municipality au account igel udo dangar account tire to spe diaudu igel municipality ma mem bom sisra al sel yagi minuto do governor elang ngari udo de la aurele la senate el morngi indi gyolngit bom sisra ngi mesa atletelel emorio lo bangela senator aldabe el kirel seguidema dirga gibo ra budget hearing ra state magibom sisra ngi plabol sebelem advice ra chairman ra chairman sel kirel sel structure ra atletelel or telaudo ra son solo lo hacen multirakralla andiagara multirakra utmelal rirending adbora constitution ma ablingela krante toltirakral alla andiage spender seludo.
Why say I mo schedule ngira egal work plans ra division bring it up with the auditor magi agibong ang matingel look out for those ay del plan bring up. Oy. Agigora amru raurio Madam Chair lo bengala auditor ngi the expertise ra agi moban mara legal belu ulgum mornya dedicated la auditor el guktim ru tagi del lurior ya kumna sung asab el lor at that time ling ay gagi moru le ka while selgu lugo ngoda dura auditor lo ase ko ngala ngin lo se gagi ko extracurricular activity ra gal obisel tangaringi because we have the mandate ya the momru like I the support program on nga sa state mang ngari el core business ra auditor mang girel marmu like I di agi umru like I the lurior ulgo mang mornya ko adra auditor kura agi aman momre ra lurior sulang.
Okay, kamasulang we look into that lo sing makaranga we make it faster. Halil bong senator ang mga sawen din senator Sungino.
Mandi mere sulache direktor ang o secretary reporter kami ko kora Southern Sile Public Information Management System. Sa mo kora di share lo sa katigirel gera ay kay gidel I know lo sa you serve as a depository ra national ma state law mang katigirel gera sa gidel more sel time sa edel di mora masili ko re type ra swat lo sigiring la pulring sing kora katigirel gera.
Okay. Kamasulang Senator Marsaw. Right now, obviously, the domestic affairs, we're federal law is up to par, up to current. State, most of the state law. Adagi mola ba entertain in the recent months, but we have those. Division of State, tagi del gorongin lo asim madir lo okorawal fully operational like tirgal position ng ngaring. So I'll the baby core responsibility or lurior daily work gimorio lo legal state udra national all of them is electronic copy email nga kalel alwa sa mail la giblem pasanir links be kan email mo gap pasel state ning sel gim ngaring hard copy maging man may first tagi mo dong okra state officer tir erula inventory with them. Misal gimora etam ni lo sangral document tablan nga adala domestic affairs and maray. Silver office etamo dong ok tama fumigator or lot tura capitol emo dong ok le go through it and malawa clips staplers make sure it's hindi kal alimtempt i-organize start scanning. So recently di ganomre ang rard yaging arsemran may. Ngart mau right now we're working with them. Dire kan mer klol documented tira the first to ka gaps magidir kom over ngin moralogical order start to prepare them for scanning. Agi gora Minister of State or bengela Minister of State was saying ulgumong sabi elul wale laurior wale labas el por nga state annotated code. Hindi aksan man madur sa the process and ulgumong sabi more say sabi makatmok tila agi del more goring el wasay tira computer and you have the latest.
Senator Sungino.
Sulla chair, come se test structure kami director ng Division of State and Community Affairs tiyang chief ngari ang chief
Wanda the itong Romali.
Okay, diyak. Sulang aling tralol ngari nga tukol nga self strengthening coordination of work with maintain strong relations between the national and state government. So, nga karirur to because samle mokte karna katyal tokora youth. And how we always think law spiritual tokora youth nga ra berde lang red sel derur to marogul toy. And the organization ra Palau National Youth Council material organization ra youth while buried different agencies sa ospera youth NGOs ospera youth era tigil del dire kaldomen sering ngar al selaku department kami at tokora community organization so aktral lo sigraling masetya nga makarang adrali tel tokora yudol mom sisi el mornya coordinating officer ngi el ulugo men tokora yudol kadamor segi de nya obi auror el moral state. So I'm working with Aul Mokulger say I want to work with her lo bangela ministry ra ngiral tralo sigil kmutyam makarang ada coordinating mo structured el most of if anything to do with youth maluben gender ang morok ta si lobby sa nya obil mora state anya sweleng mal makatatal nga ringil obis Palau National Youth Council nga nya Palau National Youth Policy mlamru limnamo 2 times revise ringi amnamo 15 years deal revise ringi din di kal bagrok kultal to. So there is something wrong with the coordinating ay garo kul obis leng sige la sodel morngi aktiorang sa kami mga doon. We want to go there kung makarang ala kada duplicate taurior makarang ada centralized ringi melsep ela tokora yudel borsegi de domiri kung kala din besok mom dangani segi dalen sokal mom dangani wonder kung gay kita a chief so I'll work with her. Sulang
Abo Senator Aldabel and then Senator Sangba.
O Director, Minister, di so kali siyertiyang going back to Marcel Division of Gender. What talgi pagklama ng this Division of Gender seble established ringi levelo asilis para ginamnek no setial gender equality on regal SDGs. Levelo asilis para I understand the convention el beda for the blood of party ringi. Mania krantel tilo del mo founder segi del program ra gender mang base ra wal condition sel grant ng megire del kabalmente gire establish ra kora representation officer ra gender awol mo ngi segi del gender equality sirabol merek sel grant ta kumda sing amil oita alelegang etel administration lang seralmen gukti silis beldi mle shuffle la igang edim lakal lo mes segi del role gender division mang kabakadim ngul attention na president malsugum necessary dolomol maringi the sikrole the fund ringi nakal make sense ada al existing organization al sela a ministry la ka funding malube kora commitment ra complement kire esel tora igale state igale auditra states and the sense el issue rason soro la public auditor amla auditor son soro nga niya findings ra public auditor, el governor himself ada kasi el responder sel finding. Ngani sige del issue ngin lang constitution ra state ma role ra governor el gukmom sa da gigiden. al findings al kangester sel al municipality mang ngwan issue am nasing ngungil dire kal ba attention kami we ngogi wa officer kami we da trying sel address ngiling governor himself feel like ngwalwaram la caught between rock and a hard place el degal al sabel resolver tial matter mang lamo tega initiative abay ko mo siga kora legal means mo o remedying mang akum na sa before we get there bot sa edel lo bangala kami norma a state leadership the trial address ringin logi process ra tegi tel tani sula
Senator Sangkab.
Malgora popular director audit akum da swing dire kalungila igagi del process sel omarangin kung si ilmura state el quasetial audit as il gukti gmil dire gal fund ringi eruli liak mongir auditor lembotol state horror state mayra marurungi maigal botol al adra government el wapik krig mangara ditiruli tiang without waiting for that telekom da swing ngungila lesat tiang al era ko kolabora next year so I think that's ongerul swakal Russia maybe not to the director ding silom do kom ngara say the number 56% ang I want to talk about last year ling gora practice appropriate tending ngarinyar kukti ngara finance detail kasi decide malatil 100% malum dia munsakalo gera ko kasi sel sukum appropriate tell do at the end of the year ko maral ngurogi alubong is that something that is not ngora kadmo understand rin mal may Minister of Finance kasi tial ko appropriation gi morurunging ngariyaw to trail exercise ada ka ko ngariya authority mobile ko tigaw spend daw do dira so ha may ko tigil at mamore kada RQT diyan di wala mo honest law ay siya kada minister na ko
mal musaula senator sang baw gel ko budget me minister state agi mal di maroy ano tang mga bebe instances mo son mo lengalak magi mo ni tangis for finance ding to my knowledge ng kadira katal lo to do mo murula gok without our knowledge ding awan maybe the only issue director teligara tamlo member one organization of finance but they had to pay the dues so they took the funding out of that dues and mo take care in ding agim lam ado nga Minister of Finance they going to include that shall list like international organizations of the member so sometimes in timing tira timing legal organization so for the member you have to pay up front so other than that and ka agil budget el mer kama magim hal waroy
mada kami tigil taran malio although geling tiamo gidire gamlo ado dul gire si seda kal surplus sa revenue ngwal ore kada igal arcure kami malu igal budget kami mo moringa special audo din dia kam consider surplus tiya mo lang itringi maul magyoger kasi comral expenditure so kung 100,000 la korka sel bon mira kaireng kamran lo spering director
wai say salor ko nga minister aman marang agi manwa arang lela budget ka ma'am nga kabay problem nga karabiro abay support ka office ra minister state ling many time in the salary seguida by the akngoling mora office ra minister state especially sel metro era el altutal wase rom hoster nga gidel adling ras ko ginin di meltel al ars right nga sa mam ko to baringi seguida dakal ber ka mam thing mera ministry
oy sula Kabong flor actin tamo mereka bere bol grant ko morsel in den chalo gera.
Di follow up per se mga niya hindi ka issue gabi ra arcure gabi lo hold the finance mo di ka sabil process in time.
No so far ang malungi la working relations ma other finance dire kan malungi la rele la adra ora bureau dire kan mal keep track ngila working relations ra other finance mang agib lol ka nga igigidel internal cellphone laws pa support officer president this wakal touch base sel ni kamentra senator Sungino I think mal important trigal adra trigal youth regith division of youth atra trigal mal gided close nga den morning ngurior under division of gender selolgonia Minister State beginning ra el arak ya adit Australia le fundra national consultation on tora gender ingral mlara community magal agencies el mel wasing tal tora gender awalwa adam aurelel in silos mrura gender tiang ma gender say ede gawai selgora clue or coordination to put people together el address ay el social issues mang say ngulgiu segid en ya adra balua ayan NGOs ma ayal office el mlara consultation amil logora mang tilo the outcome document lo say ulguma office minister state mang MOS el smisi segid el coordination ling main el role rada ministry state already. So instead of duplicating it somewhere else, seguir the coordinating role or policy, all house under division of gender. Degi bora activity arwa FPA ang held, sel victims of crime, VOCA mga held, division of youth ang super ministry, many of the women programs, ay all channel misabais, mangkuk nga nga more education. So, roller kama ma-coordinate. Misal lumetokol, so mangguk tokora avoka, eng mora health. And then, we're trying to meet the segi del requester adra NCA civil society, may government was boring coordination. So, segi the main roller gender, division of gender. Segi da so mamot mo kanira future.
Sulungan po Senate President.
Minister kita madangel was selangania foreign dignitaries me como spera staff for me malube como spera arbulis security ma staff for me mo ngora overtime me sel mo spera tirgal adel laurior kope overtime tira luben they work more than what you they obera aigel timer gil lauriore e dia ko pe overtime ringi ngari issue gumira overtime ra tirgal employer gumiuma arbulis el mosper til bion raigel temid laurior ne
Ramsaule Senate President wang aigal lomorler foreign dignitaries almei bek nganya ta klaro sini al sumungok letseng meeting ara other fisheries malme prime minister Vanuatu lengkade minister of fisheries agi mot magaro urulia kamitil lorolom te adra meif digel overtime akpong sel secretary tagir pay serve most of cases and dial pay menguk mo up to us ra office meng agi osi gaudo del harartir malu bagi masem molungul le compensation amagul akam time amagul government meng akpay dingum sa director le mapto experiencing overtime ay kagi del committee sige bom involve di selsum teme ambassador sa tigil adama merbelaw present a credential sa ngatiang nganya meeting sige kama take care overtime tir sumang within the budget yalla kagi mo ni tir maximum reduce igal overtime ko mo sub edra akamoday
Ahora día seguir tirgal ngarai kel belo se le mete belo mo soi sobre el ministerio ka se ahora do madala vairingi el atialem no ngi dir nombre le tokora rurut ministra justice dir gamnar tiang dir gal gamplen dir gal sibil ma aigel overtime tirgal police ne te duka set mo ro tel tema la rurut nari dir gal ngai mai gi dir lang guarda ko ngel asen ngral la da mohara gi del overtime na police al sum tel tokora rurut tam nari al adro ngral ngi na se gi dala gire luk mo si ga do del mohara del sum mente que ma kira blur bela lo si ga do del mohara overtime tigel police tigel ro ku la del lo se te gi del tokora rurut
Ramsaule Vice President Senate mbak direkal traidul issue abay di kumsa Director Antol len direkal ble issue kama may niya ko kumle involve ri mak palo ni trim ko qadi el mut elaborator sa gidal issue overtime
Dia ka minister karukam na insir seber ko na mati aptul benangake. Dia ka mama waigalol ko minister vice president sa senate arwa ambassador selemeng iga schedule del trip per tir magi alul overtime kada request in advance emero ko mo overtime may eto pergi magi meru segide. Di sel suku mo ngaringa bebir official ko organize sangarang ospe ramam mo dia kalpe overtime ramam. Kamam magigaraw tutam la kasamel pera ramam mal bebil mo dia kalu tutra ramam minister amral dilul wasing mo kulla kam time hindi mo force wase girela adal mo ngul le olbong bara igel temel iloy te de kata compensate ringi
Jal Omar marathon sing naringia kora involvement tergemiringia lu ben
oy umlarigil maltim lagi kare di gel kora protocol ringi seating arrangement
naringia kora claim gemira overtime lu ben
dimla ka claim overtime ko
na din ni trail police ko salam
Okay. Na mongile the Moranga Bureau of Archives and Media. Sulang.
Ma'am Saule, Madam Chair, kagida ngal direktora ngira maktil ngatia ko mo di sa te al mo ko biskida overview tel best bureau one of best bureau tel Ministry of State dia sa overview ma bonya ka open to comments ma questions sa department ring sulang.
Sulang Madam Chair, Presidente Senate, marugol senators, tel obis amral bes el bureau, el under a Ministry of State. Before amna Bureau of Archives and Research, amna ungela Ministry of Community and Cultural Affairs. Sera February 17, 2021, by RPPL 11-2, agimlo under a Ministry of State. And to the Executive Order number 452, magimlo Bureau of Archives and Media. Mlonya tool division nga reungel, nga Division of Archives and Record Management, Division of Media Information Services, el all-time nga chiverngil Randy Rani, se amlar under a Domestic Affairs, mo mara eungel a Bureau of Archives and Media el all-time. Division of Archives and Records Management, abegan ta chiverngil, maldirga gidigam leharar foral adamamara sera April 17 el al year etrigay del foral besel staff archives mawana aterul mangarel belaw no sa ilmora training ra Germany el open el training el mara Pacific information tour for archivists from Pacific Island State abela amle fa ba slat al beskid tirgay del fa bal PSM le hiram lora training el all time magi ngania Division of Archives and Record Management matel Division of Media Information Services el ngarel belaw mal na mopto ka service el kukurango del gimorul ngarel belaw do ngali ngaramon di announce sub the del all time kukurana upgrade no mo malarwa video me upload on my Facebook page, my YouTube, mga aki maral luspera staff, mga nga mga sois, hindi nga vacancies sa kamam. El all time and 12 staff for Bureau Archives and Media, 5 mga archives, 7 nga media. Ududa maril ang hindi akangod increase hindi say gidel 4,000 increase hindi akangod say the $60 for each employee kumama 12.
Kaman masulang direktor mang gidi ko ra curious gira laigel kuk revenue ra tel bureau ra kami ay king kumopera finance adang sa ilos pe.
I say I get tadi gidi issue invoice ito mo pera finance hindi nila sa amlos pe.
Okay. Ang nga ko ra additional long team or nga issues some low ice.
Unti amal di asepol sab amal fulfill ay role position ngania five position vacant lang.
Yeah, kung mistake position sing electoral report kasi submit ringing le 8 field 8 vacant ila kawasi kam la fila 4. Why say? Ilang made ila 4. Ang ramo kasing 5.
Chibra media dirga bol dirga vacant.
Okay, sulang. Alil po, Senator Aldape.
Tiada hal question hindi ko radi kamente sa question yang kagida chifra medial mal domestic mal munglaw rirel akti success tek masegel gora maklaw tutelel policy malumang la al makatmok la bal sabil mo consider al wabom broadcast logiwa radio mo aisel more other belaw masay kagida la ang makatmok lang al state national government invite trial other relevant people sabil help masaw da kagida la mal bol blakatak logi wa original source ra government ma broadcast ay information al bebira time kada mengs ra igal private media al masaw da al tokol bebilang mo ana sodel tamo confuse ra adra blue mang segida di sokal kwa success ngim bo mamdas ringil lakubna sing ungil part ra services ra government ligel al broadcast ay el policy mal lula bela al makatmok logio processing kada publish disseminate ay information mablum most misi email bes regulation al makatmok man diri kalungil da diri kal publish logio our radio program sulang
Ma'am sulang Senator Aldabe ang like what I said earlier LA akim law starter sa igidel til ayid announcement til public hearing mo tamle start ringir eli announce ayer role more domestic affairs ablabol bigim la adwa ma chief division of state and community affairs Mrs. Ramley mang le start eli forward al mora media mlanya clone meeting dire kam lagim le imora adal kimal mul tuiringira way gayid gora announcement man news Mr. Patrick Knight del Mosester antang Patrick Terbay amle retire Mela trigal BSL adal mermang mang tayo ko am lemrala training marabsap am starter elil announce ay gayidil el moloy mamsulang
Misulang halil bo Presidenta Senate and then Senator Sangabaw.
Babong etabal walik pong. Bong Senator.
Saule Presidente, ako te direktor akti tia lawis raw tial imamadang ulmanggala mission tayil da sisilobis tel archive tay omlara ka community culture tayil din lay mul mera hasta usta okay so igelu lo bentri triga dir kamal mul korawam archive kom mul lo rega daigel archive del material sa communal resources center archive del material seguid
Why say Senatora if you Mr. Sel performance report show ay gel kimbola val ngara officer archive real time
aurora man mo masiul
yes
communal archives
yes why say sulang trigal 5 staff and more training chairman sera May 11 to 26 ra el year 16 days of training the man nga tanga tiga mam gere Tamal dimlay sera June eli August 3, 2023. Tamla Ottawa index mahiyal lomu RPPL rawa. First or OEK mel mutrel alsis.
Okay. Tiyak mga sule memal ngani aklok tutul tiator archive. Kalam dengi sera jimaray mo ijimlo archive tuiro mil ko ol sakar mam. Edik so ditya sel tara to archive wa sa singras kurang yang sera samira uran matamala school temne happen mer oror mlanya ulungul actually mer oror dimla kalor ngilay gero ko record ras kurang angal mer oror mong diti sa isirogoy itang man mong seral mateng sel bofal dimri dia school summer later ay gel record ro ko amla archive ay gal ro bisa kalmen ro ko di malmol mi gidel archive information mo gidre kal mil lisig luror MOS archive school records rem amatere SBL seral mateng lengele adra emergency wasay what would happen to the schools are Bulbela school the day after the storm. Milteng la storm mridia school may gero record. En arge de era kami bomo. En wasen girul siga argay baigal de era lo arango del basyo mal makasak la school. Malu bingarang klel. Ya de bagi saklu ngania record le la record ng tarap sul makmal. Kamen de tel uri ngungil mo la metel. Ako mese tel ba bening kora sel vision ako adir ka mo malang vision. OM kumkala di edi omkal amodong isen diesel to protect and preserve the Republic of Palau written history edi gulngi tura sedem edra oral history we have both oral history or written na kadep oral akamangata bolsil archive oral history lem dregal betok segum das it's just a terminology dim whether in vision statement, we have a long tradition of oral history in the archive. Sulang.
Senate President. Senator Sanghaw, comment.
Sulang President ko Tahsil sa director. Sabi kami lang, ay so siyang pay the private announcement ng sindiligal liga rakamaldila.
Hindi kakamaldila di free. Hindi al time magidi nga kakadebal subot di free digal ay omsin dalway ay wa adal marula wa estate tertir parent probeta estate parent tertim of sibling tertir etam pay kayi de giril pay pagi announce
igal guk malbatol public announcement ng Malo yung guamay clodo de la finance tira ultab dengan ministry tindia ko kum church egal services gumi mulgu kuno de la gor gumi daga I umda singira del ngiri mo quantify malubo ko mo otia value tel services gumi okma mo kom equate ringin mo daw e ko mo tabdil value raw daw elia and I'll give you an example elia al mertiar adra shares pure agriculture kasi kom sel sibur ito dolmi tirgan mlot traigeng wangarak lungan value tial share sel mlot traw matial mas keringi ludaw del 500,000 at 2 million na mirirur ta sablo bera makating tigal at tilo. I think that's very important in terms of outcome ra review. Kung das yung giri will ko sure in terms of monetary value. Lakot so la chair ma lo mes sel sukum na mo tunungin mo daw because that's your time that you guys are doing. Ilan sa kanmo din kasi ngarap process al kasing si ilmo film mo como alubang como radio broadcaster sel live. How is that process goes? It gets to choose.
Alaba usulang senator bakpor sel ko tingin mo ra komentar. Mal masaw lo mal sayid el boss amal chair sa ay gira modrura policy rules regulation dire kamal altang tegi de mornya revolving fund ra ang rel velaw dire ka pukto por ay gidel request mo video ma live broadcast ngarinya form ngar office kom lusel me fill ra form ngarinya schedule ra bakal mo ka imorir. Okay, sula.
Senate President, Nelson. Okay. Kita korari Senator talam sa Tibalol Koram South Arcel Status of Force Agreement. Edi ratal himesang. Edi ako tinggal waseng ngaringiya file ka ma'am. Makukir waseng ngara archiver kami wal sa pamal mo request ra copy.
Sulang Madam Chair, gimot chair karangi mo waisel me.
Okay, masulang. Ang beto kayo dal documents ra akampak tama sel history kita Ada mura sengkura kampaktal mi elang I think we should put that history together lang malklaw to talel mura starusar gidre lal time ma future negotiations ila bol year 50 ra kampak tenggina der mura aba esal negotiation kuk mo determine future gidre ma. So I think that's very important. Ako din mo to bring up parcel issue bring up niya Senator Sabaw. Sel passport fee mal makatatangal $50. Tegidral $50 ever since we know. Sing sa petal ko atsin sa minister tribal mo pa bang kurang araw das we.
Sa sebed sensor ngil sel molgori mo digitize ay gal passport. Amo require yedel increase la tel ara passport. Leng maklolo do da kakaringil mo po dia tel passport itself the instrumental wall of spearing mo tel passport adire maklolo do mang ngania udaso ding pal ilta timilingira ba rela a passport administrator ba antol mo review gat bulura US ma Australia make recommendations mas yung warat tele la bodoro tel lurior lela 3,000 passports are made al week sumunsuadal mo digitize gang within next year. Gedel mo decide mas al sumo ba passport ka digo valid raw within let's say 5 years. So amal change mo ba digitize, you still have to pay for a new passport. We're not giving it to you for free at clone cost. So seguida one raw jol gi mo ruril morabulu mas so once will give implemented temo digitize passport. Passport ka dimde la 2 years will expire. So amal malat talbes, you have to pay around talbes. Regardless ra tenure ra apa tel passport mo bang mo. Nganya bro maral the passport office ma adara director of foreign affairs. Pagulingit mo dito. Mama time will go through again and will make the recommendation to sa mo patulgir. Legal digitizing adire nganya international standards we get comply. Tel ICAO dire tara oversee gal passport ra blulaga. So dia so del one blura Pacific blum ra masir tir marowi albo ngai kal bebira blu da accept because it's not accepted international standard. Tia dia kal wa dimre del rior tia dia marala subel ma investment sergi del girel tatoy. Warm saule Madam Chair.
Sulang minister. Pakumdas weng eladim de alsel international organization dues and fees ma sel field trip ay gida Southwest Island field trip se 279,000 na budget taringi sel international organization obligation na 311,000 na fees taringi minister makam kuradi update targi dragil tablol lastal issues.
Madam Chair, the borsele Southwest field trip pepe kulita kum sa Directora Domestic Affairs leng kuklop ta answer department terim.
Mal misulara question. Oy, say annually 279,000 before MLSFL cover a field trip for all year 4 quarters. Ilangan di indim le third quarter it the reaches el amount the to kami tel expender tel o ma sonsoro lam le last el ngua full el payment ra a field trip pertir yan mal ma request ra tobi gibong el di 8,000 mang long songs agidim le process el 8,000 el masterir etiram le girir el tiradim lo tirar cover el remaining e gut makla field trip mang aungil obong consider lo ngas ringi.
Sulang halil ba nga Senate Vice President?
Yang ang nakara at mawara rin nga son sorol matobi. Aktyoger lang nga rin nga black run til mortil til awara ala trip mortil. Slit tial tegi del Southwest field trip. Tianga slit tianga mora government. Aul mora Ministry of State mora government ma ayer roguil ministry sil nga rin nga alil mo mesra egal field trip. Amotot maging masat tial dal mor field trip. Al sumusola son sorol matobi ito di hits awray tial lomrolela national government. Actually tiang aling maral nga niya time nga niya kabenura son solon mi kolon nga kasi tiya ko mapasri o nga ka mama ore mo ra budget ka mama tiya nga dia kal budget kami tiya nga budget ra national government el fanda igel national trip el mo o chega igal bulumi we chega igel service ke tiya gil provide adra service adra igel rogul adra health adra education tiya igel amon mo dingle mo al sorry de di okyagal mo diakal ududira so sorol ma tobi tirga mala background ngani ududi lo pildi tilo tabil sin mo sulang
sulang oy akum na sutira del tiga ulma ministry state tamlo facilitator tel funding lengwal girel arala omra national government del mom sabakra population or say ding how it's practiced right now ngara national treasury etira o mesa schedule maweder bid the bid ay galomralia I got live aboard the answer to those bidding our facilitation na selwa se selam ratmokla adeit and then we make sure I get lurior national government that are ongoing mas erselial Yagel sel tonnage, sel available el weight, el remaining, a governors mar adalas beridel ma nurse matok tang ablol gidin raigay. Ding segi del remaining el weight, tiria cover say. But all time ang igel urior government require a population that needs to be there. For example, sel tora local utama. Also kung magturo local utma, itirigero ko yung claimant, itirigero ko, agiril mas ersel marail. So sige da ko rarol algi mo oruler ngay, sila scheduler ngay, agi make sure agil long ra last, agency lo ra last, the thing ang yakwap sa lurelir, agil on that trip. So, and then tira ko, tiran marula, agil the regular field trip.
Muntang kami ang scheduler tal trip, di kaltir.
Agil all rely tir, malet namdang liya selungil timer other abalu amurabalu maweather. They're more accurate than the weather station. So I
tigal mura ungil timer tumablu tangar orol mura tangar belaul mura igal southwest talu bet tangar abalu.
Toda fisheries. Toda fisheries.
Ako kira.
Toda fisheries el mong. Oh, depending on the subject matter. So kung local ut, ang trigal claimant ay girin nga first priority tir. Matrigal munggoraway segit. So we work with the state to make sure ay gel agencies girin marail amrail. Akmal ko ya kumdas wa tora election naman na mo klol visit and more say mong moro nga geluro patal. But many times, many times, and that's kind of our role, I coordinate to make sure I mga continuity regal service delivery mo for tautor say.
Hindi ako ko radio galing. Ako na sa tukuram na mo sparingil wasit nga ako provide ringil girir. Tirga nga sum national governmental mo al sum nga special available and sabihin mong masa. Ditya nga umbrella national government. El molding regal bulu. Mol kung sa school, matukura health, may gigil ko yung kulmutul meme. Sige dia, mangkira del rulil more understanding or beklat. Mo kadingel dia kaltira di man kasi dia ludaw don top drawing rang. Dia nga mora national government di sa kabul plata ka sige de. Kil dawlal mora senator sa.
Oy. Ima balo lo at tambir tamam mas ara trip pertil mora belurir e ol titrir adara omlugul utmal mo. Dia kam da kam tirgal dia ka Tirgal mo mlo ka ut mablilo adra blilo mamong e ultra adra nga igal kabal ertra kabal mental mo ko mo ngil makataklit yang alin kumdasing akmlar meng sel mertirgal lawro kabal mental dire kal mo complain ko sa mama mo mas raigal bilas mo mlo lawrera me bay mla motit ar adal nga raigay et tirgay ya priority mo mula nga alir tol ngas asay riol mo mlo school et tiro o wakta kok tiro ngas may gal say rio bay mokmerda kung ito director mo resolve tal issue le kumdas yung alol mo loy sige mo problem.
Senator Tala.
Sula chere. Tong okle omesang agora parte tele argai ben media. Ma domestic affairs. Ega minister el blamsao da tel toy amal de al besel toy. Pelol dingania shortfall rabek el ministry. Ma agencies ra government ra. El al blapek senator. Korabel oil geri kilometer mong raigel bel oil raigel sebel moteal el besel se sebel audo del sebel mesois para government belau maigel guk ngara government el services el sebel del mail lo private sector el mo sebel del gegringia smisia private sector el rule trial adel ngara government el mo somrial mo participate Aurora private sector. Legumeset tabatog el ngasger belam na todra school. Malungi lagagi del information technology blam rule. Gundasen namo giriu lo mese enhance training el motirgel employees real al time. Esabiu logi waige gom help increase ko promoter tilo que va a dar el posición como promoter tilo uspe auto mustrir a higher salary من دي برضه في سجاجيد الديليما را angar mata del time the time sa across the board el $60 selling dimlag da kiba promotion e the organizer a meeting lureli ra staffer gid kami am dang le impact Agel udo the 20 million, habla el irmar del moral enforcement, ma education, ma ministry a held. Okmo como mi agay, ending songs el moragay the ministry. El agome el public defender, ngari agel baby ra services el del tua adelmo, edi agel sa fi. Agay dam la mo giri lo mes, e mergoe adjust. Elang kaigida directora domestic affairs kada budget tra trip e tira bidringi el mora private matabil dara private sector en a lower price lower cost tra la dil government provider ni e te agire del agire un government orur terni e o mesa gida civil privatize service gora kitul gol ekara media And then the commissioning letter, ego paradise is in my heart, is my heart. Oh, oh, say omodangli ministerial, tera baby, nga brainchild, nga malungi larungol masawrandi, lengire del higher, gifted talented other belau. Mensabil di time mergor mula ureli rakte del ad. Le doral mora loot el advance technology marnal get el top. Et el government ta saber de reduce our workforce ni. Et tirgel guk ngara sel na musoril ngara private sector agire del misteri rakte al matabil themselves. Mendar di dol get kertiang elaka egida di do ni takrak mung song saududer. Ngam dek mung betok tirgang al ang song saududir tel mangal mor baba ududir. E obay mongas aududir e me eda angar elit e tel abay sa mariara ala ken magatek tel tuy rage lagal mo ma gumrak lasing kiredel mo kay nga seoling ay galbek el ministry mlame akmed el diwaisi alakal ta identify es el revenue mesois e ta identify get services el sobre the provider mora a private sector we will face the same thing next year. Man agire de lo trangale o siga ngo de rolele se suele la udule elang agire public defender. Ngel director of Bureau of Public Safety será el mei en ulo ay se el previous mandara era release el top cap program. Indimle dori citation el issue. Será el singles ekelmo 90 ticket citations. Recently nga kamunguyo sa report ra kalendera every day. Mle multiply mula Hindi mo rarungot mo, tigat na magray mo rakort. OCC will time at middle 20 at 9 o'clock. Edita lang gelebel sa oring sa sil. Makmutial line apar adang am dala kortel. Maldum selo sa adang ilak mong wide diesel ang ragagid at tigat citation matiram sa akl. Diesel over akort kalendin dal solway say. Hindi ko tal last week, kami sa ticket citation ng manipto. Although makmalgo mention ay baby services, and they need more attorneys. El defender ng Sir Gilman. Magwabay mo may sa gigit services, sabi mo rin afir ngi. Again, guk mo may sabi privatize o privatize. Menghelp para government tergide, kita magen merat service kita wala. Alagi ko mula pa ikan mo balatics. Makitul katahara tax, ko mula bal million. Hindi mo na kaya minister. Dahil mula million nga amdek mo kumayaman mo rin ang lawyer. Tirga kita na may kaya kita basic technology in megel. Tirga kita enhance sa tiro spiriti. Pero ma'am sila.
Ya, ma'am Saule, Senator Talamsa. Kumamtel da okkur temur adar ang rilbilar mal mesati sila hartar kao. Oh, eda kao bigik. Wasel dilya Senator Tabalwala, ko tar adar belaw. Ongiru, sila ko kurba sa kamam lang at Ministry of committed to public service. Agi try provide a service to the public without cost to litigal kasi mulgoning Senator Tabalwala. Tira mo gidro diri kam tarbasod. Mang altang dia revenue gim generating flow. Di semulgoning Senator sangabaw. Sa evaluation at tel service ang kamam more adrabalo. So $4.8 million hindi adrablo kung kagida pa public defender na help probably to kung ngalkon dakal bonya record timo sa imo akwam sa imo California kagida branding artel de sa share experience ringi ali adana Finland da udeng wal more team sa kam orange sa Mr. Bayano Mitakla due to our AM tower mang aigal rogul togol gibra morula amral mereka sulem me giruba kali kamlaringi amral mes masingrang sang sam masupport. Ul magi uktabadia subdra kamaldil abo privatize ni. Monsibir tigal guk private media guk benefit ni komal masaul. O lagi de mal ngal tangat le mo mes tial ministry al tigal le Madam Chair. Agi mal adi 20% amo retire. Tira mal dim gigal ado. Ay karogul esel udasul balorul marawuya malding artimer kamam. Yaka kagim lamo suber hindi yo tangal hindi tikagid mal sumaria lobrior. Bakmal men asule me Senator Talam sene yako bikla hartra ka dir ngara eco paradise. Hindi ako bikla bakmal men asule roguye amrang kagimo me sa baby services sa privatize di ako tika consider at. Mo seguida ko kamama o mesering mo kamal masaul.
Sulangin Minister Halpo, Senate President, and then Senate Vice President.
Minister, malulungit mong mumakluar ang miwe, ay gil mo uspe o mga ay gil da ka mo uspe o di ba arsel talbla emraela. Ay gaya kita triple mura Southwest, ngiriul di ba esel subda trira adara sonsorol mat obelwa si ngaraigel sabiul helper tir maigel diak mangaraigel guk sabel aigel ngara budget tergambil sabiul lomostrir maigel guk titil giril afford mandiakal tega advantage ra government ndiakal giril waisay dal giril aigal state tega advantage ra government mer di besel sub de tri lela kam sped de tri tega advantage ra gmiu ediakal ungil mang como straight forward al sub de tri Minister aktirek lo ngit tirgal adara mediar kamiu. Bola kal bora ikal private el open trire lo gera til goro lo oider tel government. Ndakal girel waise. Bak tiol ngit ma bom relia gora regulation mal ul tirgal ngara a mediara government. En ndakal ungil sel dren strira baby mot lo rai gai gidele e private mangrang logo gera til goro oider government ta ndakal ungil to pembelia orang regulation malula tirgelo ora government ngara media ada kami di kita tungak mereka sulen. Aigel Brengsel Mospe o mai aigel dia ka odib era sel tiang emrael.
Almusawla Senate President Ramal Bato kagim. Di ere cegi ligara media kagida Director Narmensa tarong sikat on team. Ere mauro gimar adal duli segi de logora regulation ng loola media. Esel tokora Southwest field trip kagim na ngu magimo mo mitlo bantir tikal governor so ay satir kamar musula.
Sila ministerial pong Senator Ramangasaw and then Senate Vice President tama masim na hearing arkit. Sulang.
Sulat chair Director ngiram kati ang kuradi quickly sa ML ko ay selo asing do ko na sa tabal wala na touch ring ding ko uligera relationship ko mura ko na MCCA at ako na mura state ngara relationship ko ma tele museum rigid kom duplicate tawrior or we working alongside each other ang kwaswa mo tingel ang kram lo touch sa gara culture rigid ma tiginged
Man sulang Senator Mangsaw. Ang kakaraw sa awrera mal kakaraw sa gimorul. Mamamal di ngaray gal record tira ko kungod aloro. Mandi gim duplicate awrera. Sulang.
Mal the last question chair, this is directed to the public defender. I was looking at your statistics earlier and the offenses in 2022. In particular, the possession and the trafficking of meth. I noticed that there were identical numbers. Specifically, there was 4 under possession and 4 under trafficking. Are those same cases that you're duplicating, or are they different for under possession and then for different people under trafficking? I just want a clarification on whether they're the same cases that you're putting under possession and trafficking, or they're entirely different cases. And if you cannot answer now, we can just answer at a later time. It's fine.
I believe that they were listed in that manner because in some instances one could be charged for both counts, or either they were charged separately. But looking at the way it's listed, they were charged separately. Yes, it's it.
Alwa kita mau lebong le minister mang kuadi tasal mutuluan ra tokoy ble tuwa mo maskate alam mo mo lebong tige mo mismo italian gitu ngaregel ne tu amnora media tam saudra igel mo o ai saigel la rablur bela o mas se ngara nara domestic affairs emlai mu legong ditragi del mla wai se lo aset malungila a record til mla galek tiger rogul update tiger rogul la ara national guard makatmok la magmasagi kita dingan sa amidian sa piloto da gigidra backbackel ediregal ngaria time ngaregel besel la el gora como se ungil bo mo lo wai sa gigid wai gal to war wasit pelt maral di am klat klar adalen como sa gigid ya diregal ungil kuro top del mora blum el gora com vela se magupes la masel pol temel ablur rarwangi que le como ai se lo hace el anguk temel ablur rangara mangarangi que mende ka to ungil la gigid kwadi mo klat klar adra gigid el ngarngil la kwadi duli se gigid mal ebo paskate alle minister mom du lubong statement ka ko pwede spiritual hearing.
Obran Saule, Vice Presidenta Senate, ako takmadi mreng asule la Madam Chair Inabo, ba Senate President Paules, makaul Vice Presidenta Senate Mariur, Floor Leader Edabel, Senator Ramasaw, Senator Talams, Senator Tabalwan, makaul Senator Sungino, Senator Sangabaw. Kumal masaur teal leng ayak teal al memo kaduko ka benga malade am South Aurior akmal mudingi masitikal colleagues na lang artiang amay kal comments help improve strengthen our ram tiagida ko kim mal marenga sulit giren arogul to ke geruba ka mal di tuira telungil communication na dronglet bakwalo nit masal buk bonya anything before bonya budget hearing ko rak sobil ka clarification wa kal to rangkal adra media mo involve private please mo ko contactor mara kamaw mga maruptikal adrong ral the minister state open mo ra kamiu la senators mar adra house mo kamal masaw te aleng lukuk me ko direkal dil shera tora ureram le gor kamiu makma direkal mo adra blu la puning setial amo lo broadcast mar adra blu bolo tinge masenrak malureram mangar alam giri adra blu matikal tora ko southwest field trip mlamo ringim mlamo public makmal mrenga suliw te alle madam chair kamar te colleagues adra senate kamal masaw
Alo exactly mo banggela chair women ma presidente ng Senate marbekal senator se mal mo mrenga sulir te aluk na spedala du italing ngida di martegi de masim sulang